What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Punch Drunk Nerd, the podcast. We're three friends, three amigos, three bambinos. We come together to talk about nerd shit. This week, we were talking about Disclosure Day, and fuck it, we're going to also rank some Spielberg movies, so it's going to be a long-ass podcast. Strap
Oops.
in. Oops. My name is Luis Gonzalez, and with me is...
Gil Sanchez.
And Deadpool.
And guys, it's the summertime, and you know what that means, summer box office. Time to go over the summer box office numbers. Bum. Ed, do you want to do this? I know you do like this segment.
Do it quick though. Get on with it. We have things to do.
I came in prepared. Fuck you guys.
Action.
All right, as we all know, last weekend Disclosure Day came in, and didn't do too badly. Didn't do great, but it didn't do too badly. But right now, this is where we are on the standings. At number 1, Devil Wears Prada 2. Obsession. Hey, if you could do it faster, do it. Obsession at number 2. Star Wars at number 3, but right behind it, Backrooms, followed by Scary Movie, number 5. Mortal Kombat 2, The Sheep Detectives, Disclosure Day, Masters of the Universe at number 9, and then The Amazing Digital Circus, The Last Act, at number 10. So
I know things are going to shift, but this feels like a summer where we're all going to get it wrong.
What a fucked up top 10 right now.
Nothing.
It's been a weird week.
For like 4 weeks in a row, we've been like, hey, guys, the summer just started, okay? Things are going to change. And that's still true, but it just doesn't feel like it's landing where it should, you know?
I mean, this is the weekend, I feel like, where we're really going to see it, because we got Toy Story 5 coming out. And that was always going to be like the big hitter. I mean, I think at least 3 of us have that as number 1.
Number 2 movie of the summer, Toy Story 5.
Here we go.
I mean, over the weekend, I think it's going to be number 5 immediately. Just skyrocket past these other movies.
Sorry, Masters of the Universe.
Sorry, Spielberg.
Yeah, right. I mean, to be fair, I mean, Masters of the Universe, we talked about it last week. We were kind of hoping it had a little bit more legs, but that film dropped 70% from its opening weekend. So the opening weekend, it made like 29 million. Second weekend, it made like 8.
Fuck.
So, yeah,
I will say this. We did convince, Luis, I don't know if you're going to go see it, but we did convince Eric to go see it. He told us specifically.
Luis, I'll be honest. Up front, I just don't think you'll like it.
Well, I disagree.
No. I just don't think
I'm the guy on the subway. Totally disagree.
you weren't expecting to enjoy it, and I just don't think you will. I think there's a lot of heart and earnestness behind it, and for those who were looking to get something out of it, maybe got something out of it, but I think you might just roll your eyes a little too much at it.
I tell you what, you know when I am going to watch this? If I do watch it, it's the perfect time to watch it. Christmas. With the Duffs.
Good family.
You know what?
Great movie.
We're gonna be cozy. It's gonna be like, oh my god, we literally have nothing to do. We just finished eating. We just finished a movie. Hey, nothing else is on. Do you guys want to see Masters of the Universe? And then we put it on.
Call that Dubs with the Duffs.
Yeah.
Ooh. Dubs with the Duffs.
We love it. I started to push for like watching movies with my family when they're in town, and I think it's like there's something so like wholesome about being like, hey guys, we're all together. Let's just do it.
Put on a movie. Yeah.
And honestly, that one flies. That one flies.
Yeah.
Like I said, there's so much earnestness behind it. There's some sincerity behind it, and some love, and some fun with it too. It never takes itself too seriously. To that point.
Did you hear us talk about it? Did you listen to it last week?
Yeah, Luis? Of course I did. Of course, I listen to every episode, even if I'm not on it.
I know, you literally put it together.
I have to edit it.
No. Well, the thing is, even when I edit the episode, I skip the chapters. So like I'll hear you start a discussion about something, and then I'll mark it, and then I'll just fast forward to the next part, and then I'll export the video, and then on Friday I genuinely listen to it all the way through, and that'll just be like, oh, ha 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 ha.
Bless your heart.
I'll have like,
that's so kind.
Yeah. Summer movie wager, check it out.
Who's winning?
Yeah, sorry.
Oh, okay.
So currently the standings are Benny and me are tied at number 1 with 28 points. I shifted at some point. I was losing this week. Miguel is up second at with 23 points, and then Louis G coming in right behind with 18 points.
Just like a day ago, I looked, and me and Benny were number one. So
yeah,
that
no,
hurts.
that's what
Wow.
I'm saying. It's
It's
like
shifted fast.
there was a shift because I check it every Monday, but something happened. I got too drunk.
Fucking.
That's always fun, isn't it? It's like, get too drunk, you wake up, and you're winning. What?
Speaking of getting too drunk, the World Cup's going on, babes.
Oh, baby.
All right.
Yeah, let's talk about. I just want to talk about our experience real quick with it because I feel like I'm watching it wherever I am, like at work in the background. I know
great.
Eric's doing it, we're doing it, and it's like I'm all Telemundo, baby. I haven't seen it on Fox. Like I'm just watching it, and like I'm getting back to my like Spanish culture. I'm like, oh, I can like just listen to Spanish the whole time. And and let me tell you, I just want to say something real quick.
Sorry.
Peacock. If you speak Spanish and you love the FIFA World Cup, go to Peacock. That shit's amazing. I come up to a game late. They're like, "Hey, excuse me. It looks like you just showed up late. Would you like to see all the top plays that just happened?" I'm like, okay, great. And then it just goes through and it says like this guy, this guy, this guy, this guy, and now you're back in the game. I'm like, fuck yeah, this is wonderful.
That's nice.
Anyway,
they have the best like coverage as far as like when the Olympics and shit come around. Like I'll give it to Peacock. They know how to like break it down. Like at the end of each day of the Olympics, they would have, like you were saying, it's like the best moments or whatever, or the gold medals and shit like that. I, being a white English speaking boy, I was just like, guys, I can't do the whole World Cup on Telemundo. I just can't do it. I need
La Copa Mundial. Okay, that's what they call
it. I just need the. I do need my British commentators. So I got.
They're not American here on Fox.
Sometimes they're American.
It's half and half. Yeah. But I did have to spark up my old Fubo account, and if people are shopping around trying to find that best deal, yes, Peacock, it already comes with it. If you can get along with the non-English commentary, but
along with,
well, just like if it's not distracting to just watch the game either on silence or just like the language you can't understand.
I watched it on Tubi. I was at work and I was trying to put the game on. I put it on Tubi. First few minutes free. Then after that, I just looked at the coaches. There was a camera on the coaches. I was like, what the fuck is going on here? And it's like coach cam. I'm like, I don't want to see the fucking coaches. Literally, for like 5 minutes, it's just coaches looking at the field. And it's like
their eyes like darting back.
Yes, I'm not kidding. It's like this fucking podcast.
Yeah.
It's two people side by side, and they're like this. The whole with the commentator,
every now and then, like a
yeah.
Or
if you're Egypt, if you're the Egypt coach, you're like. We've all been catching different games. I love the chat because it's like sometimes, like today for me was just incredibly busy, and I'm going to be editing tonight, so this is going to be incredible. But like, if I leave and I don't see a game, I get like updates from everybody. I get like a vibe check where it's like, oh my god, great defense, or look at this asshole, or yellow cards, or blah blah blah. And so it's nice, even though the chat's constant. Keep the updates going.
For me, I didn't realize today at the right time was like the game I wanted to watch, and then my wife was like, "Oh, we're doing something else today."
What
my
game
family
was that,
in town.
Miguel?
And I was like, "Well, it was the England and Croatia game, and I was ready to watch Croatia. I wanted to see them win, because I don't care. I care about Croatia. No. There's something about like whatever team Ed's rooting for, I kind of want to root opposite just to rile him up. But I genuinely wanted to root for Croatia today. But Ed's about to be like, hey, let me kick you off my Fubo real quick.
Let me just.
And speaking of Fubo, let me bring this up. Is Ed very kindly was like, "Hey Miguel, I've got Fubo. Do you want to just share?" And I was like, "Yeah, I do. I would love that. Thanks." And the first game, great. The second game, great. Last night I was watching a game, and in the middle of the game, in the middle of the moment, someone signed into the Fubo that I was already watching, and Fubo kicked me off in the middle of the game. And I was like, okay, I cannot complain about this. I have to be cool. I have to be chill.
What was the game?
Last night was Argentina, and then today something else.
I was in a movie last night. I wasn't.
Well, that's what I was under. I was like, surely Ed gave it to someone else, and I won't.
Unless
say
Sarah
names.
threw it on, and I wasn't aware of it. But
I think that's what it was. Is probably you guys at home were watching it, and I was like, okay, what I'm gonna do is I'm going to flip it over to fucking Peacock. I have Peacock. I'll just watch it on Telemundo. And the ability to be able to jump back and forth has been phenomenal. Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you know what? I'm reaping in the rewards of Ed's hard-earned labor, you know? And now I can go watch it in my native tongue, you know?
Yeah.
Which is what?
Espanol, cabron. Okay. No, it's been fun. It's been
It's been
a lot of really fun games.
Yeah, it's been a very entertaining World Cup so far. I think only a couple.
I think.
What? You don't think so?
No.
I think it's very like the players this year are really handsy. I feel like we're seeing a lot of like people are getting pushed a lot. People like that Mexican game. This dude like punched a guy for real, like in the neck, got punched.
Yeah, it's good.
And I feel like I've seen the World Cup. I've watched like, I don't know, 6 of these by now.
You've seen 3 seasons
You've
of Ted
seen
Lasso.
so many. You've seen so many, Miguel. You haven't known me for years and only walked away with 6. I'm sorry. I
6 World Cups.
Well,
6 World Cups.
Games.
No, I'm talking about World Cups total. Like I've watched a ton of World Cups. This one is the first time that I felt like, man, we're getting real handsy. You know, like there's always some foul. There's always some bullshit.
Well, we are in America and the president's a pedophile.
Last night they put.
Okay.
You know, hang on. Whoa, before they demonetize this, okay?
Yeah, it's just like, oh, hey, what are you doing at my house? What are you doing?
They're gonna drown us. They're gonna drown us in the reflecting pond. I just think that last night they pushed Messi in the box. They pushed him down, and I was like, you can't push Messi. You know, you gotta come down
he
with
deserved
that shit,
it, probably, right?
No, Ed, no.
Oh, no. He's still
Anyway,
got
it's been
3
a great
goals.
World Cup.
Yeah, I mean, real quick, come on, England, let's go. It was a great start for me today. I could tell you, I was sweating about this match, and thank God we came out on top, and so brilliantly too. What a game! Because as everybody remembers, Croatia knocked us out of the last World Cup, so
damn,
it's a nice comeback.
And Croatia, not last World Cup, but the one before that, they won, right?
No, they didn't win, but they
came second.
Yeah.
That's what it was.
So
okay,
but
that was
they've
the
had
year,
some really good tournaments of late, and that was one.
That was the year that I was like, oh, Croatia's really good.
Yeah.
Like, and today I was.
That you know, take it how you will, but like for me, it's reassuring because you have you've got teams like Spain that are top of, you know, people are considering as top of the tournament. And don't get me wrong, this is the first game of the group stage. We've got a long way. We've got a long way to go, but it's also setting, you know, the standard and the expectations for the rest of the tournament. So when you have teams like Portugal and Spain not, you know, excelling as they're
dominate like
to.
Germany,
exactly.
7-1.
Oh boy. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it'll be interesting to see. Like, this was England's challenge for their group stage. Croatia was always going to be the biggest opponent, which isn't to say that we should write off Ghana or Panama, who are playing also this evening, but I just, you know, this was the start that we needed for sure.
By the way, our podcast comes out on Fridays. Okay, so by the time you hear this is the
World Cup will be over.
This is the place to get your up-to-date news. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we don't have to keep talking about it. I was just excited. I celebrated. I crashed on the couch. I woke up and had a podcast. So I'm just
beautiful
coming back and got another.
Well, let me get through this news real quick. I want to do back to back so quickly. You know, Fox is buying Roku, and then Spider-Man also they filmed their cameras to include ScreenX. So if you've ever gone to a ScreenX thing, it's got the screen on the side panels of a projector, like a theater. I never cared for it because it was only Regal, but now AMC has a ScreenX, so I want to go check it out.
Louise.
But hold on, I'm just kidding, making bits, making jokes. But every time they do the side panels, they always like, it's kind of like fake or altered or generated. But for Spider-Man, it's the first time they used extra cameras to actually film the side panels. So it's kind of like Christopher Nolan type shit, but for horizontal. So if you want to get the full aspect ratio of Spider-Man, you got to go see it only on ScreenX. Speaking of
Here's the thing.
Spider-Man, brand new
No, hang on.
Spider-Man trailer
No,
just
shut
came
up, shut
out,
up.
and
My first time ever seeing a ScreenX was Spider-Man Far From Home, and I had the movie started. I ran to the bathroom really quickly, and I came back.
every time Miguel speaks, it's like
Tonight's gonna be even earlier because he
it's
just
like a
woke
white
up.
noise machine to
I-
Ed. In fact, you should read an audiobook for Ed.
I should.
And then he'll just easily go to sleep.
Not me connecting to the thing Luis was just saying. Okay, and I'll tell you this: I don't go back and listen to the
It's just so
podcast a
fucking
lot.
boring. And
No. I went back the last couple episodes. Anytime it's like a me and Ed episode, I go back and listen to it because I'm like, okay, Luis is really good. We get it. But when it's just me and Ed, I'm like, is this good content?
It's very good. I love it.
I was having a great time. Okay, I didn't yawn not once. Okay, Ed immediately yawns. In fact, from now on, just yawn on camera. All right, just mute and yawn on camera.
I try to avoid it. I'm sorry.
He's
Spider-Man.
doing it good. ScreenX. I saw Spider-Man Far From Home on ScreenX by accident, and it was like I walked in, and all of a sudden the screens were lit up, and I said, "What's going on?" I was with my wife.
You're in the movie now.
And she was like, "They made an announcement. It's a thing." And I was like, "Oh, okay. This is like part of the movie." I thought something was broken. I was like, "What? I thought the projector had like tilted, you know?"
Yeah.
So I'm not a fan of ScreenX. I don't want to do this, you know?
Right, but it's never been done before. It's like Nolan filming a whole movie
On IMAX.
purely on IMAX cameras. This has never been done. Spider-Man is filming with cameras that is for ScreenX.
It was 100%.
You know what I'm afraid of?
What?
Is I'm afraid people are going to start realizing or feeling that they're getting screwed out of the regular ticket because they're cutting out half the movie because they filmed it all in IMAX, but you only paid for regular screens, so we're going to cut off everything else outside of this box.
Ed, you're making jokes right now, but that's actually like a pretty deep commentary.
I know. It's just like,
yeah.
Christopher Nolan has a gun to your head. It's like, you got to watch it for $25 a ticket. You piece of shit. So I don't know.
Like Tom Cruise is in the background, like
Eating
shoveling popcorn.
Yeah.
Spider-Man ScreenX in theaters.
Do you want to talk about the trailer? It came out. Miguel, you saw it.
I saw it. Yeah, I thought we were going to talk about it. I forget that. I know that we take a stance where we don't watch the second trailers, but it just felt like such a big one.
Yeah.
I thought we were all going to be so excited.
Had I been sober and awake, I would have watched it. I did
Fair
not.
enough.
I was not, and I did not. So I shan't.
Shan't not.
Shan't. It must be said. I was too drunk.
All right. Well, I won't overtalk it. It's the.
Did you like it? I mean, did you like it or not? That's kind of like,
Yeah, I mean, it looks fun. This is the one we're looking forward to. Like, I've
did
been
it make
saying
you want to like see it more now, or is it like?
Something I read today made me curious about it.
What do you think?
This is
exactly. That's what I was saying.
I'm getting into it. Okay. So first off, like I've been saying, my boy and me, we're watching all the Marvel movies and Spider-Mans and this and that. We're getting ready. The two movies this year, Spider-Man and Avengers. We're getting ready for Spider-Man. We're going to go see this. We're excited. Something I read today was like, oh, I think they're doing, like, this is the Marvel's version of like the Lizard Doc Connors storyline, but they're doing it with the Hulk. So it's like Spider-Man, like Bruce Banner is like the professor. They're in the college. He's like got the hand thing, right? Like, which is very like Lizard, but they just did Lizard with No Way Home. So like Hulk is like the filler for that storyline, which kind of was like, what? Go ahead.
So the Hulk is his professor.
Yes, and then in the trailer, if you watch, there's a moment where he goes, "Oh, you're not actually one of my students," and he's like, "Tee not me." I don't know. It's like you've watched all these Spider-Man movies. We're probably gonna go see it anyway. You know?
Yeah.
Is the trailer the one that's gonna like sell you on it? I don't know. Scorpion's in it. He looks pretty cool.
Oh, sorry, the guy from Breaking Bad. No,
Yeah.
Better Call Saul.
Better Call Saul. Better Call
Oh,
Saul. Yep,
yeah.
yep, yep.
And
I
Okay.
don't
Well,
know.
great.
I didn't realize I was
they-
going to be the one to
did
talk
they-
only about this. Go ahead.
Okay, well, first question is, Miguel, is this your... Yeah, all right.
He coughed. That wasn't a yawn.
No.
Um,
I'm catching my breath because all of a sudden, that's how fat I am. I'm sitting down, not doing anything, and I got winded. I said, "Ooh, let me catch my breath."
First off, is this, from what you're seeing, is this a $1 billion movie? Like, is this gonna...
Okay, Ed.
I'm
When I
genuinely
started the
asking.
podcast tonight, I said, "Don't piss me off." All right, all right.
Just
So
asking.
don't.
How
go
many
there.
views does it have it on you? Look, let me see what views.
It just started. It just started.
Okay, but that shit sometimes gets like 1 billion right away.
Tell us now.
All right, home. Is it going to recommend it to me as the first thing?
It recommended mine.
It did.
Yeah.
4.2 million. That's like
Ooh,
a good amount.
That's
but
a good amount. That's a lot of people in the world.
I don't like how they split up trailers to different people. I don't like that. Like, why? Why can't we just have one YouTube
One
channel
trailer.
to have the trailer?
Yeah.
Why does it have to get spread around? 4.2, 1.2, 1.9.
How could you possibly keep track?
Whatever. Spider-Man coming out July?
July.
20
2 weeks after the Odyssey.
Right. New Shrek trailer came out. New Heart of the Beast trailer came out. Do we want to talk about that or?
No, move on.
Can we just say about Shrek? I have no
about it?
reservations about this, and I can just say that nothing was reassuring about this trailer.
Great.
So, yeah.
That's good. I mean, yeah, great. I mean,
yes, the
It looks
voices are
awful.
back, but the animation is so jarring compared to what we used to.
like it's too good.
Just different.
I don't know.
It's not consistent. I know there is
Like
this...
Puss in Boots kind of thing.
No. Puss in Boots was it leveled up.
Elevated.
This feels like a different style altogether. I
a
feel.
Pixar
Miguel, you may
Okay,
disagree,
whatever.
but it just like...
No, I agree.
Yeah. Like, at least Puss in Boots, they remained mostly consistent with the style. It was a different style of animation, sure, but it was consistent with what we'd seen from previous Shreks and Puss in Boots. Whereas this Shrek is just like, hey, it's all the old cast, but we're gonna make it look...
Yo, this is crazy. This looks like
it
when
looks
they
weird.
This is when they rebranded Chuck E. Cheese to look younger.
Yes. Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
this
No,
is not the same model. What are we doing here?
Well, and what's crazy is
Whoa.
the internet has gotten to a place of complacency where things like this happen, and the internet goes, "It's Shrek," or they go, "It looks the exact same because he's green," and you're like,
this
"No,
is not
this
the
is
same.
different."
Yeah, this
Donkey
is
looks
different.
Shrek looks different.
Why?
Everything-
Why?
yeah.
Like,
And
bro,
a part of
why?
me-
We already
a part of
had
me
this
is like
done.
they give him like crow's eyes, crow's feet, whatever, and I'm like, okay, Shrek got older in 20 years. We all got older 20 years, you know.
But it is...
Woody is bald in this next one. You know, it's like I get the idea,
yeah.
but it's like I don't know. This looks not the same.
Like his body proportion isn't right.
No,
Like I said, he looks
his
like
teeth are different.
Yeah, his head is bigger, his body is skinnier, his hands are huge. Like it feels like a kiddie version of all these people.
Yes.
Yeah.
Like if
It's like
we were
Cocomelon.
doing like a spin-off show
Yes.
on streaming,
Yes.
that's how it feels. That's what it looks like.
What if this was a streaming thing and they were like, make it into a movie?
We can do a movie. We got enough content here. We can make a movie. Fuck
Wow.
yourselves, studio. Anyway. Yeah, I wasn't reassured by that. I have to say, but A Heart of the Beast. Let's not talk.
I would skip it.
I swear
I
to God,
only
if that
watched-
dog
I brought it up-
dies, so does Brad Pitt.
I brought that up because we at the point we didn't have any trailers on the dock, and I was like, let me throw this one on there. But it is such a generic looking movie, like Brad Pitt kind of phoning it in. You know,
I bet he is.
the dog. It's like
Phoning it in?
in.
Is the dog even real?
The dog is pseudo real.
Yeah.
But you could tell he's like rolling his eyes the entire time. He's like, woof.
Woof.
But the trailer is crazy because he's like, hey man, That's Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Hey man,
God, that
we got to
Christmas
get
movie.
through this. And the dog is like,
No, does it
I
really?
swear
It's
to
like a
God, I
Disney
swear to God,
movie. That's a Disney
it's
movie.
awful. It's
When
awful.
I saw the dog save him for the second time in one trailer, I was just like, all right,
We get
like
it.
we get
Did
it.
we just have this movie with what's his name? Channing Tatum.
Channing
movie was called
Tatum, Willem
Dog or something like that?
Dafoe, Mark Wahlberg. Everybody's had a survival story with a fucking dog, bro.
That's
Harrison
what I mean.
Ford.
It's
Hey,
so
point out how well your career's going. Get a dog movie.
Yeah.
get a dog movie. Oh, you're in the wilderness? Better make it a German Shepherd. All right.
Yeah. If you want to survive, German Shepherd. Yeah.
All right, let's get into future discussion. Disclosure Day. Disclosure Day, directed by Steven Spielberg, starring Josh O'Connor, Emily Blunt, Coleman Domingo, Colin Firth, Eve Hewson, Wyatt Russell, and Elizabeth Marvel. Wow, that's a crazy ass name though, because it's like Marvel, the studio, and then Elizabeth Olsen is also in Marvel movies.
She a
Like
Marvel
that's
girly.
crazy. A meteorologist and a cybersecurity expert find themselves at the center of a movement to expose the government's cover-up of extraterrestrial secrets. However, the government has paid off a private company to do their work. So that private company is the one doing the cover up, while the government is like, "Hey, y'all,
We don't know. We didn't do it.
we don't know."
It wasn't us.
All right, Disclosure Day. It's here. Spielberg's next UFO alien movie. Miguel, what did you think of Disclosure Day?
All right, I guess I'll go first.
You saw it twice,
I did see it twice.
and you saw it first.
I
and
did see it.
last.
Yeah,
That's
correct.
true.
That's correct. So
How poetic.
I do have thoughts. A lot of them were, mind you, the first time I saw it, I had a beer. So I was like a little silly. The second time I was like,
"Oh, I see this movie now."
the second time I was like, I'm going to go in and like full clear head watch this movie. And then what I realized is in the
I
second
needed a
time,
beer.
the second time I watched it, there were moments that I was like, okay, now I know what I want to say about this. And then about 5 minutes would pass and I'd be like, wait, fuck, what was I going to say about this shit again?
Yes.
Guys, I don't think this movie's good. All right. I don't think it's bad, but I don't think it's great. All right.
Yeah.
There's so many moments that I'm just like, I get swept away in. I'm like, here it is.
Yeah.
And then immediately I'm just like splashed with water and I'm like, oh, I'm cold. I'm soft. This is not good.
Yeah.
I don't know. And it really is like a moment to moment movie. And then what made me go see it a second time is like, I had a pretty clear idea of how I felt about it, but then I got on the internet and people were really torn, like one way or the other. And I was like, I cannot like land. I can't find how I feel. There are things that are pulling me in different directions. Let me go see it again. And then the second time I saw it, I was like, okay, I feel the exact same as I did the first time.
This was more clarity.
Just a little more clarity. Now I kind of understand. Now, the second time I was like, oh, I see what they were doing in the first act, you know?
Oh,
okay. Oh, okay. I see the animal thing. I see the language thing. I see the church thing. I started to understand what the pieces meant. But when it came down to the end again, I was just like, oh, okay. I don't know, guys. I wanted to like this movie. I really did.
Yeah.
I love space. I love aliens. I love, Spielberg has great movies.
He does.
I just don't know if this is one of them,
Ooh.
Yeah. I love how you said it has like moments where it's like there's a moment where you like it picks you up and then afterwards it just splashes you with water and then you're drenched in it for a while. And then there's another moment for a bit and then the moment comes up like, "Oh, how about this? I'll start off with two things that I want to speak positively about this movie. Number one, and I thought about this before I saw the internet, so don't clump me with the internet, but that news reporter at the very end, very good. What a fantastic job she did. And that whole moment, I was
you sound like the internet.
I know, but then I looked, because me and Sarah talked about it on the way over, and we actually were talking about acting and how, like, in acting, like a real trend right now is stillness, and how everyone will move like this and talk like this. And there's no like facial expression because the stiller you are, the more cinematic it is. And so when she was doing it, it just still felt like emotionally true. So it was okay that her face was a little bit more activated, you know? And
But
so
kind of crazy that the first standout moment that you mentioned is at the
at the
very
end.
end of
I
the
know.
movie.
That was when like it kind of like I
It
was like
clicked.
it clicked. At that
Yeah,
moment, it did
yeah.
really well because we were kind of just living in it. And the second part that kind of got me was there was a shot of that was number one. The second one was a shot of behind the scenes of the aliens, and the aliens already crashed, and they picked up their bodies, and they were like sitting up like this. Like you can't see me sitting, but I'm like they're like leaning on the debris of their ship like this, you know, and the camera's looking up and zooming out, and I was like, "Damn, that kind of looks pretty
Okay.
real and nice."
Okay.
And like for something about that, like as a human, clicked for me, where I was like, "This is trippy," because it felt real enough. But then I saw the deer, and then I saw the bird, and I was like, "That's." It looked like AI. It looked really. It did. I didn't like it. Okay, I'm not gonna. I don't want to insult the VFX people. But I personally did
Let's
not like it, especially when they went into that Hansel and Gretel type house.
Yeah.
And it was like it just like we spent this is a fucking $1 million film, millions of
Yeah.
dollar
Yeah.
about aliens. And like, can't we not put the money on the deer, like an animal, like going to the woods? And so
the one shot of the eye to the eye was the only time I was like, I like this, you know, like it went from the deer eye to the whatever,
to the alien.
because that felt almost practical in the transition,
the shifting of the camera or whatever.
Yeah, and everything around that. Once, like you were saying, Luis, is once they get into that. And by the way, audience members, we're gonna get into spoilers here, so if you haven't, but that if you haven't seen the trailers, then you're and you don't know this movie is about aliens, that's on you. But yeah, that like in that moment, and then like you were saying in the recovery footage, felt more real than when we actually saw the
end,
the grand old
reveal.
I was like, woo, woo. I was in and out with that moment because I was like, shit, that first alien footage looked really good, and then it's gonna come out in real life.
I was locked in. I was locked into that moment.
Real fake. You know what I mean? Like I was going back and forth with it, where I couldn't like. I wanted to fall in love with it, but at the same time, I got hit with like, I don't know. So it was a real balance of the
I think there are some moments that really sing, and I think you described it perfectly. It's just like it's kind of like there will be sobering moments that just kind of like knock away the magic of it. Like there are moments where you're just like, this is pure Spielberg. Like you're really getting wrapped and taken with it, like emotionally. However, just you're getting into the moment, but then these, there's one thing that happens that just kind of takes you back out of it. And for me, I could feel it in the audience. There was a shift, and I think there was probably with everybody, like you guys were saying on the internet, there's a little bit of discord about how it handles from one swing to the other. But you have that disclosure scene that you really get swept into because it feels so real, so human, and perfectly acted on every level. Like the anchor, especially, yes, she was great. But just like the build up, everybody was there, and you were just like feeling it. You were wrapped up in it, and you just felt it. Taking off for a moment, and then there was that build up to the reveal of the alien that Coleman Domingo's character brought in, and the build up to that moment was so spectacular. The covering of it, and like they have it in his own like kind of wheelchair.
I waited. I was like, wanting to be swept.
I was like giddy with excitement. I was just like, oh my god! I knew what was there, but you just want to see it, And and then when they revealed it, I was just like, like fuck, just like. I just
What's
like
crazy.
So many things have been achieved and accomplished in the I mean, just through Steven Spielberg alone, you look at his history of movies, he has constantly pushed the boundaries of uh, effects, practical, visual, whatever. So just to see it just kind of like come out like that, you're just like, fuck it, you missed it on that one. And
That's wild because for me personally, and I'm gonna talk about what you're saying, is like I didn't feel like the visuals in that moment were so god awful that it took me out.
I don't think
At
they're
that
god
moment,
awful, just
oh,
noticeable, just noticeable.
but I didn't feel like in the moment for me, I was like, this isn't. This was the one moment that I locked in. I was like, oh, here we are. We're revealing. This is the disclosure, right? All right, let's do it. Let's bring the alien. And then it was that moment of where they have that moment of the two, Josh O'Connor and Emily Blunt have that moment where the alien speaks to him, he speaks to her, she gets on camera, and I was like, let's fucking go. I got 30 more minutes left in me, dude. Let's do it. This must be the 2-hour mark. And then all of a sudden they were like, credits. And I was like, okay, all right. Cool. I get it. And the first time I saw it, that was the moment where I thought the moment was really good. I thought the news anchor and everything, like for me, like that last like 5 minutes, I thought that buildup was really great. And then I walked away going like, but did the whole like 2 hours and 20 minutes before that really justify all this? Like this felt like something that could have been like a second act reveal, you know?
In fact,
And
it felt like they kept too much. I don't want to. I don't want to be, as an audience member, you don't want to be spoon-fed information and stuff like that.
yeah,
I
yeah, yeah, yeah,
appreciate
yeah.
that they were keeping their cards close to the chest, but with as much like chaos and excitement that goes throughout the movie of just like, what is this mystery? Okay, we have established that aliens are real. But like, what is the secret? What is the thing that binds Josh O'Connor and Emily Blunt? What is it in particular about Emily Blunt that is so special, etc.? And I don't think they fully justify that or explain that
Yes.
enough to be fulfilling enough. Uh,
What
especially
is
especially because they are you're you're going along this journey with Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor's characters, both of which are trying to get answers from Coleman Domingo the whole time, who's kind of like
Don't worry.
he's
In
representing
time.
Steven
Yeah.
Spielberg in the whole movie. It's like he's dressed like him. He's got the glasses, the famous Spielberg glasses, and the ascot he's been sporting around lately. And they keep teasing you with information. It's like, oh, it's all coming to a head. Don't worry. And you really just don't get enough, in my opinion.
I
I
agree
felt shorthanded. I was
1,000%.
just like,
Yes.
this isn't enough to make me feel what I
For
should be
me,
feeling for these two characters. And don't get me wrong, I feel like everybody, in particular Emily Blunt and Josh O'Connor, do a fantastic job in this film. And um, but there is so much like chaos, especially with Emily Blunt's character, who upon unlocking this for lack of a better word, this like superpower or whatever. She's kind of just like going like losing her mind almost. And while that's all very well and good, I'm happy to go on that journey with her. I need that satisfying
some payoff.
payoff at the end of it to make it all worthwhile. But
This
you're left with with so little by the end of it. I was just like, "Ugh."
99% of this movie is like dialogue exposition. And it comes to a point where it's like, okay, I'm tired of you like telling me that this is the thing. Like let's bite off of it. Like let's get that meaty thing. And I just was like the acting and everything was good,
Yeah, the
but I just felt
acting.
like sorry. Ed was drunk on the couch a second ago, but I had too many beers just now. My bad. Uh, I just feel like the pacing of the script and everything, I was just like, you're not really giving me anything. And the reveal of, so the big moment at the end is like, here, world, here's the aliens. And from me,
Every time. Sorry, I spilled.
from,
Go ahead.
you're good. For me, I was just like, this is a movie I've seen already, like 1,000 times. Like, aliens are real. So it's like, we're not going to play those beats. That's fine. But let the payoff at the end be something so grand that it's like all worth it. And I just never felt, to Ed's point, like I just never felt like, oh, this was the payoff. This was good. There was a moment where Josh O'Connor is like revealing to his girlfriend. He was like, "Hey, I work for this shitty company. And this was the first time I was like, I realized we're bad. And this is really hard to watch." And he walks away. And he shows her this video of this alien getting tortured. And while I think that's bad, I've seen that 1,000 times. I just didn't think that
You've
was
seen
like the
aliens get
moment.
tortured 1,000 times?
Oh, you guys don't watch
guys
those
do that all the
videos?
time. You don't go to Reddit. Alien
I was
torture.
no,
R.
I'm just like the aliens are already like the very stereotypical like gray aliens with the black eyes, like the little guys, you know. And I was just like, yeah, oh no, this evil entity is torturing aliens. Like, I don't know, that feels kind of like run of the mill at this point.
Yeah, well, I liked
And
the flip of, you know, usually when it comes to alien encounter movies, you're like they're like humans are the ones being what's the word here?
see, like
Abducted,
probed.
Probed. I mean, they kind of were. You know, they were.
Let me finish my point. Hang on one second. I see what you're saying, Ed. But we did just see Project Hail Mary earlier this year.
Yes.
And at the end of the movie, spoiler alert for that, sorry, he's like on the Rock's planet, right? Rocky's planet. And a lot of the dialogue on the internet after that was like, if they had gone the other way, Rocky would have been like probed to shit on Earth. Like Earth would have like torn him apart. I don't know if you guys saw that. I saw that a bunch on the internet. And to me, it was just like, yeah, we are terrible people. Of course we would like grab the alien right away and try to like to its like atoms, you know, tear it apart and figure out how we can like cure cancer or whatever.
No. Just like, how can we
But
control people more?
That was just that moment for me that I was like, this is not big enough. This is not a big enough of a reveal that I am like, oh no. And that's just kind of what they like based his whole turn off of like, this is why I like went against my best interests or whatever.
This is why I'm doing what.
And I just like, I don't know. I didn't like, I don't know.
Yeah.
All right.
There was, like I said, there was the second time watching it, there was just moments where I was like, I'm putting this in my pocket. And then 5 minutes later would happen. And I was like, I completely forgot about this. I have no idea what I'm going to say on the podcast this week. And I just saw it yesterday. And I feel like that's not good. Like I should be able to sit here and go,
what a great, yeah.
Either way, you know? So.
It felt like an exercise of narrative and action, I guess. You're just
Ed.
Yes.
Your boy Josh O'Connor, did you feel like this was his best outing? Did you feel like this was the best showing of Josh O'Connor?
No, but I don't think this was necessarily a bad showing of Josh O'Connor either. I thought, you know, there were moments in this where I was just like, you know, I bet Steven in his mind, Steven Spielberg, who's no, but just like Steven Spielberg, who's always wanted to direct a James Bond movie, but has never given the chance. Just like, this could be my Bond.
I had a moment that I thought about you, Ed. Okay, both times I watched it, I was like, okay,
there he is.
Ed wants Josh O'Connor to be James Bond,
but also I think he's genuinely a great actor.
That's not what I'm not about to critique that. That's
okay,
all right. But there's this moment where he's in this chase and he gets in the car and he's zooming away, and it's like the car chase sequence of the movie. And the first time I saw it, I was like, my God, he could be James Bond. Like there was a moment where I saw it. And then there was a moment where he goes, whoa. And I was like, this fucking mousy puss. I don't, this guy cannot be James Bond. There was like, I had a high where I was like, Ed, he's right. This guy could be James Bond. And then it just completely deflated. And I was like, ugh, all right, cool. Here he is.
He's a killer, man. Yeah.
I don't think so.
And,
I don't think so. I think he could be controlled by a rat. All right. I just don't. I want to support you, Ed. I just don't think he's him.
watch challenges again. Watch.
You know what I did? I
Yeah.
went back after this.
Oh, after this, you saw it again?
I went back and I watched Challengers, and you know what I thought?
It's like, damn, this
Mousy
guy
fuck.
could be.
No,
God damn it.
I said no.
He's so suave in that.
Suave's not a word I would use.
No? Mousy
no, Swiss. I would say Swiss.
Swiss
for cheese.
Dick.
Mouse food.
Yeah, I mean, what did you guys think of Emily Blunt? Because she's been getting like a lot of the buzz from this too. I thought she was good, but I just felt like the story itself again shorthanded her a little
I
bit.
think the moment that everyone's talking about happens so early on, and afterwards, I was like, oh, she peaked in that first act. I think she's great. I think she's doing really good stuff. But there are people on the internet that are going,
stop referring to the internet.
She should. Well, that's what I'm trying to present you is like the zeitgeist or whatever. Is she deserves an Oscar nom for this movie. That's what the internet thinks. And I, on the second viewing, was like, I think I missed something because I didn't really pick this up on the first one. But it's like the second one, I was like, oh yeah, that whole like she shows up at the news station, she speaks all the languages, she does the alien voice. All of that is like Emily Blunt did all that. She like learned the language, she did that, she did the dialogue.
Yeah.
And then after that, I was like, yeah, it's pretty like okay. Yeah, it's like I mean, it's fine. But like for people being like she deserves an Oscar for this movie, I don't know.
Yeah. Well, everybody came into this, and I say everybody, I'm talking about like the movie going,
the internet,
the movie going, the film fanatic. Like if you go over like movie Reddit, Oscar Reddit, whatever, you know,
that's the internet, Ed.
No, I agree. I'm just saying like the idea that these, you know, it's the big name director, right? So it's like you got Steven Spielberg's Disclosure Day, you got Ridley Scott's Star Dogs or whatever the fuck he's doing. It's just like, oh well, if they're in this movie, automatically they should be getting that consideration. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So that's I like same with Nolan's The Odyssey, and it's all this babble before they've even talked about or seen the movie even. It's purely you immediately assume that these movies are going to be in the Oscar talk going forward. So, but I just this movie didn't hit me as that when I saw it. This definitely, you know, this is Steven Spielberg has always been a summer blockbuster kind of director, which isn't like a bad thing at all. But like those movies that he releases in the summer have always been for summer fare, and I feel like this just kind of joins the ranks of that without really pushing anything further than that. I don't think this is like one that really like is going to wow audiences in the long run. You know what I mean? I think this is just kind of like a nice little ditty to his catalog, as it were, and familiar territory on a modern world. And it's like it's loose commentary on what's going on today, but they don't commit hard enough to things like, oh, World War III is about to break out and shit like that. I was like,
my entire first viewing, I completely missed that. I had no idea that that's what was going on. And the second time I was like, oh, I see.
Yeah.
Well, and they show moments like they're at the gas station and he's like, hey, what gas station are we at? And everyone's like looting the gas station. It's like, I totally missed that the first time I watched it. And it was like, oh, and that was the other thing. It was like the background story was too subtle. And the main story was like too in your face.
Yeah.
And I was like, we need to dial all of these things. And it's like, I part of me left going, we needed another draft of this movie. And then I read something like the writer of the movie wrote like 40 drafts of this movie. And I was like, and well, Guy, I don't think you were the one.
Guy, you had
Like,
it on 38. Why'd you go to 40?
I just think if you don't, I mean,
Yeah,
I've never written a movie, but it just seems like 40 drafts somewhere in there. You should have a coherent movie.
I
you
think
know?
what happened with that is that there was so much pressure when you hear Steven Spielberg is coming back to make another Alien film, like there is just so much pressure to it that you feel like I have to make the perfect script, and so you try all these draft,
Yeah,
draft,
yeah,
draft,
yeah.
draft, 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 and then you get this thing, and it's like it plays it a little safe, I guess,
Safe.
but also
Yeah.
pretty generic. And I think it's hard to connect to a film when everything is so like plot based and not as like
Yeah. Very
emotional
plotty.
based. And so it's very plotty, and the more plotty you get, the more like why is this happening? Why is that happening?
Yeah.
There's a lot of like plot holes that kind of
It wasn't until you
occur.
get to the gas station that you really understood that anything was going on domestically in the
Yeah, yeah,
world.
yeah.
Like when Emily Blunt gets pulled over in fucking Kansas City or wherever she works, you don't think twice about anything that's going on around them because there's nothing to show that. So when they get to that gas station and like everybody's freaking out over gas and water and stuff in the stores, you're just like, what's happening? That this isn't established enough to.
In the same scene, she goes up to that kid in the car, and it's one of those things where it's like, I don't know if I would necessarily like left my kid alone in the car. If like it's like a two-sided coin. Like maybe I would have done that, but a part of me is also like, no, I need you with me. Like if the world is ending, like I need you by my side
Yeah.
at every moment. And the stakes just never felt, in terms of like what was going on in the B plot, the stakes never like shown through.
Yeah.
Really.
Yeah.
Until the end. And then the news report at the very end is like, oh, and then Kim Jong-un, North Korea, like the world is ending. Oh wait, we're being interrupted by the aliens. And that was another thing people talked about a lot, was like, this movie felt like 10 to 15 years too late. Like, who is breaking news on like, broadcast news? He has that line where he's like, I'm just going to put this all on the internet. And Coleman Domingo's like, you cannot do, no matter what, you cannot do that. And it's just like, why? Like, you've already like broken all these laws. Like,
Well,
Black Widow did that 10 years ago in Avengers 2, or Captain America 2. Like, she did it. That's fine. Let's just go ahead and drop it unencrypted. I don't know. There's moments where I was like, couldn't buy into it.
You could get lost in it. I mean, yeah.
All right. Well,
Can I say one more thing? Just one more thing. Not about the movie itself. I went to go see the movie the first time I went to go see it, and I stopped at the bar in the movie theater, and it was like a Gen Z. I don't even want to say Gen Z. It was like a pretty young Gen Z. It was a kid. What movie are you going to go see? Oh, I'm seeing Disclosure Day. He's like, oh yeah, right on.
Yeah,
man.
boomer.
And I was like, yeah. I was like, have you heard anything? And he goes, man, I got to get better about watching movies. And I was like,
you do.
Oh, okay. Got to get better about watching movies. Okay, cool. Give me the beer. I go and I buy the popcorn, which now I'm buying large popcorns. Okay.
We have AMC A-list. Why can't you? It's a free upgrade from medium to large.
That's why I do it. So now I get it. And I get in the line. It's another young kid. And he goes, what are you seeing? And I said, I'm seeing Disclosure Day. He goes, oh, right on. I was like, have you heard anything? Like, I'm trying to like, give me a little tidbit. Yeah. And he goes, oh, I got to get better about watching movies. I was like, okay, I am at AMC, right? Like, this is your job. Like, when I was a teenager, like, I would have killed to have a movie theater job.
Can
like,
I say, I feel like, especially at the big movie theater complexes, there's this like, no, this is like, you might as well be working in fucking Red Robin or something. It's just like, you do not care about what you're doing.
No.
When I worked at River Oaks, I was enthusiastic. I came in with recommendations. If people would ask me about movies, like, yes, but be ready or whatever.
See, what I would have loved is any one of those kids to be like, oh, I hear it's great, or oh, get ready.
But like, I remember I had a manager at River Oaks, and there was one time, James, I believe.
What's his last name?
I don't remember. But he was just like, there was one day, it was early on, I was just like, so, I don't know, I asked him about a movie in particular. He was like, I don't like movies, I'm a gamer. I was like, fuck you. And he became a manager later on. Uh, but I'm just like, I feel like movie theaters should be reserved for people who love movies, and maybe that's on the movie lovers for not like just filling up those jobs. But there's also just like you don't want to you don't want to muddy the waters. You don't want to hate
It's
what
just
you
like,
do.
imagine going into a shoe store and being like, "Hey, is this a good brand?" And being like, "I don't know. I walk around barefoot." And you're like,
Yeah.
I
I
don't
don't
wear
know, man.
shoes.
Like at
Or
the
you
bare
go to a
minimum, can you
steakhouse
like,
and like, I'm a vegetarian.
I don't eat any of this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And that's fine, but it's also like, I don't know. The fact that both the kids back to back were like, oh, I really got to get better about watching movies. And they're like, I don't know. Don't you get to see them like on midnight the night
Yeah,
before
yeah.
or whatever? Like,
Yeah. Yeah, you could walk in here any day of the week for free.
anytime.
Yeah.
I mean, shit,
At
I'm
least
trying to
that's
take
how it
those
was when I
privileges.
worked in the theater. I could go see movies for free.
The
Maybe
second
they changed
time,
that, but
the second time I saw Disclosure Day, I walked out to go pee real quick, and when I came back, I accidentally walked into the wrong theater, which happened to also be showing
it's like,
Disclosure Day.
tell us we went into the women's toilet.
But it was 20 minutes later. It was at the newscaster
You're
bit,
like,
and I was
damn,
like,
I missed a lot.
no, I was actually like, you know what? Let me sit down real quick. This is the best moment of the movie. Let me just sit down. I already know what's happening. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
I don't know, man. These kids. Disclosure Day. In fact, I'm at a point where I'm like, Spielberg, your
You're
movies
cooked.
suck. All right.
Let's get into the ranking. How about that? Let's start ranking
Yeah.
Steven Spielberg films.
I tell you what, let's pause real quick.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm not gonna pause because I have a new editing system that I'm using for Riverside. Have you guys been watching the new podcasts? Have
No,
you
I tell you
noticed
what-
anything different?
No.
Because well, for the people who actually listen and watch the podcast, you might be like, it starts off a little different. It looks a little different. Yeah, because you know what? I've been underwater and I don't have time to edit. So Riverside has been compiling it and editing it for me. And if we stop the
love that.
podcast, it's going to ruin the whole thing. So you know what, Miguel? How about you go to the bathroom? I'm gonna talk.
How about I'll just straight up piss myself. No, that's great.
No.
Let's
Please
keep
go. Please
going.
go. We could talk about something else in the next 2 minutes. It's like a little intermission break with little Louis commentary. That's
Ooh.
okay. What are you gonna
Fuck
do?
off,
Okay,
Miguel.
great. Yeah. This is good.
Go
No.
pee.
But listen, I just
You're
don't want to
bursting.
edit. This is a very complicated episode. Oh, he's not even listening anymore. Great. So as you know, this is a very. We're gonna do Steven Spielberg's top 10 films, and
Our top
Ed.
10. Yeah.
Right, we're doing top 10.
Yeah.
I
I feel like
compiled
you're
my
about
list.
to whip something out right now.
No, I'm just pulling up my letterbox list
Okay.
here.
I have my letterbox pulled up as well.
Right here.
Because best believe I had a Spielberg list.
Well, before I used to do it on my notes app, and what a pain in the ass that was.
But yeah. No, letterbox is the way.
It is the way. I keep my letterbox secret. No one can follow me.
I know.
Because I don't want people to.
I keep most of
look
my
at
lists private. I don't let people see my
I know,
list.
but if you watch a movie and you review it,
They
everyone
can
can see it.
Yeah, right. Yeah. And we
Which
don't
I
like
don't-
to do that on our trio anymore. We don't share. We have to share our thoughts on the pod now, and it's a bit of a burden.
Well,
Just
lately
like-
I've just been like, after someone watches a movie, I'm just like, just tell me what you thought.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
yeah.
I'm starting to crack where it's just like, just tell me what you thought.
I want to know. Well, I get it. Like there are some movies where, like most recently, you were saying that Obsession didn't hit you like you wanted it to, and that a lot of that came down to the buzz surrounding it. And it's hard. Sometimes it's hard to avoid, especially these days with social media and everything. But I do get that. That sentiment, because it does, like, movies so quickly can be hyped up, and the moment you let people like drop that into your ear, you're just like, well, my expectations went from here to here. So, and if it falls anywhere shy of that, then I feel like a little cold on it. And I get that 100%. And I've tried to, and my methodology going into, like, for again Obsession, for example, when you texted us earlier this year saying And this was
Nirvana.
like, this might as well have been like a fucking national alert, because when Luis comes in and just says, "Hey, you guys need to see this movie,"
Uh-huh.
and it was Nirvana, the band, the show, the movie. I locked in, and the expectations were high too. It's
And I
just
knew
like,
saying that the expectations would be high. I was like, okay, Luis, if you put it out there, everyone's gonna go
exactly,
up
and that's
here.
and that's
So
how I try to play my hand with Obsession, by simply saying, guys, if you see Obsession, do please see it with an audience.
and it's
Uh,
way better to see it with an audience than
exactly.
not.
It's because it's that vibe, it's that buzz, and it's that audience reactions together. Especially since Obsession was getting like sold out theaters and shit like that. So like getting that reaction in real time, really, especially with horror movies, you want that kind of uh that kind of tension building together. Yeah, it's just like, oh my god, we're all experiencing this together, like on a roller coaster. You just don't know what
Yeah,
the
like
fuck is
remember
gonna
when
happen.
Miguel was watching Weapons with somebody right next to him?
Yeah, yeah,
And he
yeah.
was like, "Whoa, look at that!" And you're like, "Yeah." And
Yeah.
then you guys almost
Oh,
became friends because you shared a pod or something like that,
yeah,
right?
yeah. Oh, when
Yeah,
you
we
saw
did.
Interstellar, and you could feel the gasps of like people seeing it for the first time ever, these visuals.
Yeah.
It's like that matters. Luis, I told you guys I went to go see The Dark Knight on 35mm the other day at the the Museum of Fine Arts in Houston. Uh, but they like asked the audience up top, just like, is anybody seeing this for the first time? Very few people who are seeing it for the first time on film. So
Ugh.
getting that experience,
Bro,
again.
if you haven't seen that or Star Wars if it's the
But it's
first
like
time, fuck yourself.
younger
Like
crowds,
it go okay, well, okay.
Fair enough. Hang on, let me calm down. Let me
It's like,
calm
we're
down.
old,
I got
guys.
something to
I
say.
hate to tell you this, but we're old.
when we do that Spielberg ranking in a second, it's going to be like, give me grace. All right?
Let me tell you, when I saw this movie in theaters back in the
Hold
day.
on. I now have to tag team with Miguel because I have to go to the restroom too. So you guys
Now we got to talk and keep it going, so Luis doesn't have to
keep it
edit.
going. I'm going to keep it going. No, actually, at this point, let's.
Luis really doesn't want to talk about The Dark Knight and 35mm, and you know what? I thought he would be the one who appreciated that most, and it's really pissing me off that he's not. He's not giving me what I want out of this. I didn't go see that for my own enjoyment. I went to go see it for Luis's enjoyment. The motherfucker is all about the
someone better enjoy this with me.
Like, you texted me on the side about it, and I was like, thank God Miguel has asked me about The Dark Knight, one of our favorite movies collectively, one of our favorite movies,
and we have history. We have history
with it, and I saw it in 35 fucking millimeter, and I want somebody to appreciate that.
Because I'm not him, dude.
Yeah,
I'm like, whatever.
Like, you saw it on a projection.
It's even more now. Like, you know how Houston's like a food city, and then you go to Denver, and it like there's just. You have to go to like a really small place to get good food here. But where I live, people will be like, oh, this restaurant's so good. And then you go there. And I actually brought it up with my therapist. I was like, food is just not good anymore. I don't feel enjoyment with food. And I feel like that's what it is. I think that's what it is with movies also. I don't have the 35mm. I don't have the 70mm. I don't have the genuine IMAX. And so I go see movies sometimes and I'm like, thank God I have Dolby, It's like, I've got something to make this worthwhile.
Ed, do you need to go to the bathroom?
Weirdly, I'm all right. Like, I'm okay.
I kind of hoped. I was like, you know what? Me and Luis could talk about something real quick.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the top 10. Let's do it. Steven Spielberg's top 10. Here we go. Ed, with your number.
Okay.
No, you know what? I'll go first. How about that? I'll go.
I got some. Oh,
go ahead.
I wanted to throw like a slight curveball at you guys. So whenever we do these top 10s, hear me out. Whenever we do these top 10s, obviously we talk about, and with Steven Spielberg, it's going to be like a lot of just like, this one's a masterpiece or whatever. There's also, this repetitious or potential for repetition. So I wanted to throw just like a slight switcher-upper. When we talk about the movies that we're going to list, instead of talking about the movie as a whole, talk about one scene, the scene that you think of when you think about the movie that makes it so great.
Can I ping pong off you for a second and tell you something that when I made
Muddy
When I
Supreme. Here we go.
when I made my list, I just looked at it and I reworked it because I was like, your top 10 Spielberg list is like everyone's top 10 Spielberg list. Essentially. Not
Yeah,
not exactly, essentially. And I was like, you know what? When I make my list, I'm just gonna like talk about rewatchability. Okay. Like it's not gonna be about which one's the best one because your top 5 Spielberg movies are gonna be like the classics.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for me, what I wanted to focus on is like, what are the ones that I just have to go back and rewatch?
Well, you
So
can
that's
rewatch.
Yeah.
Just
yeah.
like you're not going out of your way thinking
Hang on. Whoa, hang on.
Yeah.
Whoa, hang on.
But no, I know
But,
what
yeah.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I love this. So in talking about the top 10, not the whole movie, but your favorite scene, I can
Yeah.
get on board with this. Okay.
Luis, and we don't have to do that. It was just a thought of just like instead of talking the movie as a whole and why
Luis
like
goes last.
you and everybody loves this, but it's
She's
just
texting us
like
right
yeah,
now.
just like
No.
what's one scene that stands out to you that you think like that
Okay.
that's why that movie is so
Okay, I mean, sure. I really was gonna come in today as a bit and just be like, my number 9 is this, and then move on. Like I wasn't even gonna give an
okay.
explanation. I wasn't gonna say anything. Like that was gonna be my bit. But now
I
you got
hate
me
that bit.
talking.
That's my
How
least
about
favorite bit of yours.
how about we just do it and we'll see what happens? Because to Ed's point, it's just it just feels like Spielberg of all people. Like we've done Marty Scorsese.
Supreme.
I know, I almost said Supreme. You know, it's like we could talk about James Cameron. We can talk about whoever, and it feels like whatever. But there's something about Spielberg where it's like he's been making movies for like 60 years. Like, how dare you rank them? You know, that's how I felt. Ranking.
But he's one of those
movies.
directors. We've done like Wes Anderson and Chris Nolan and Paul Thomas Anderson most recently.
Yeah,
Those directors have only hit like 10 movies, you know, or you know, thereabouts. Whereas Steven Spielberg, as it turned out, has like 32 or so. So I mean, that makes it hard. Scorsese was the same.
Well, and then also he has eras where it's like you can really define
Yes.
Spielberg. Like Spielberg at any moment could have stopped making movies, and
Right.
you would have been like, "That's them." But
Right.
he kept going, and then
Right.
evolved over time.
He evolved.
So it just feels. I don't know. It just feels like shallow to be like, oh, these are the top 10 Spielberg movies. It's like, I don't know. I feel like everyone has. Anyway, we'll get into it.
Yeah. All right. So Miguel, why don't you lead us off with number 10?
So in terms of rewatchability, my number 10 movie, Schindler's List. Let's go. Okay. It's a great movie. It's one of Schindler's.
One of his best.
Sorry, my bad. It's one of Spielberg's best. But in terms of rewatchability, how many times are you like, fucking throw it on? You know? You're at a party, you're like, hey guys, I got a great Spielberg. Let me throw on Schindler's List. So for me,
I would do that 100%.
See, that's the thing is I wouldn't go to that party. Okay.
You know, yeah, I've caught myself so many times where I've put people, like a group of people, through not Schindler's List specifically, but I put people through some like grueling shit for 3 hours.
We know.
Just for the sake of like
and then you're the only one who's like breath of fresh air thing. You're like, isn't that great, you guys? And everyone's like, why would you do this to us? Okay.
Yeah, and that's
so that was so. But if I was sitting there going like, what's the best? What's the greatest? What's this? What's that? Schindler's List would be higher. But in terms of rewatchability, it's my number 10 movie.
Let's not make an Instagram post about this top 10.
4K.
Because you know what, Miguel's right. This is just like, you know what, Ed, I'm gonna go next. How about that? I'm gonna let you go last.
Sure.
You know what? I haven't seen enough Spielberg films.
No, you can't take the Miguel stance. I was already doing that.
I'm taking a Miguel. Okay. The thing is like every time we've done these, I've usually dedicated weeks to like watch and prep and this and all this, that. But I've been so underwater. I'm just like, I'm just gonna show up. Honestly, I was tempted 5 minutes before this podcast to be like, I'm gonna start ranking them right now. I'm just gonna go. But I didn't. I did rank them a while ago. I'm looking at my list for the first time after I ranked them a week ago.
I gave you guys an out. I told you if you didn't want to do this, I would never mention it again. because
I
I
know,
went
but
into this assuming that everybody would have at least seen 10 Spielberg movies. Easy.
I'm just saying, I start looking at the list. I'm like, I should have seen that. I should have seen that. I should have seen that. I should have seen that.
All right.
I feel like as a cinema person, you're like, oh, you should have watched all these and fallen in love with all of them because everybody loves them all the time.
Fair enough.
But then it's like your number one is like, you'll never guess what it is.
Right.
You know,
okay,
like,
well, let's make a promise here and now. There's no wrong answer going forward.
I've already, you know what? I will say this. How about his next film? Whatever. Who cares? At some point, I would love to see all these movies and do a re-ranking. You know what I mean? Because I feel like I should see War Horse. I'm kidding. We'll see.
I gone to.
No, but I'm serious. I feel like this is like kids. This is Luis as a kid. Come on, whatever. Who cares? Let's have fun.
Hey, Luis, this is what I looked at it as too. It's like when I say rewatchability, I'm really saying these are the movies that Miguel has watched.
Yeah, I mean,
times.
like this is just like whatever, you know. Like this is in the words of The Greatest Showman, this is me. Okay, Oscar nominated song. I know I could have been better at it, but this
that's all right.
These 4 months have been difficult, so I'm just Tintin. The Adventures of Tintin is my number 10.
Wow,
there you go. I my you're fucking over here sucking head off at this point. That he loves that movie.
I love it too. I remember I watched it in the theater. What's it?
I mean, I like it. I enjoy it, but it's also kind of boring to me.
That's why it's my number 10, Ed.
Stop. I need to pause for a second. Are you doing a bit right now? Are you doing a bit?
No. Because
no, shut up, Ed. Shut up. The way that I have only ever heard of The Adventures of Rin Tin Tin from Ed Ball speaking highly of this movie, like, you haven't seen this movie? And the fact that you would turn around and say some fuck ass shit like, oh, well, that movie's pretty boring. I don't like it. No, I'm not laughing. This is serious. Yeah. I'll reach through the camera. I'll choke you to death. Okay.
Yeah, that was his.
All right. That's good to know. I was going to throw it on the list. Just for the fuck of it. I was like, let me give Ed one. You know. No, I'm glad I didn't. Yeah.
It's that, you know, him and Scorsese, they had to try have their hand at 3D.
Blown away.
They had to have their hand at 3D, and it's just
you
like
would not.
I rewatched it with Lily,
and
it was. I don't think that's necessarily true.
Luis, am I wrong?
You're right, Miguel. You're right.
Thank you.
However, I did see this. Tintin? I did see this movie before I met you, Ed. I saw this in theaters.
Well, yeah. Because,
outside of you, I've seen it. But then when you do bring it up in conversation, as is like this is.
Ed, I'm just going to be honest.
It's well done. It's well done, but it's boring.
I'm just going to say this. Luis and I are going to talk later, okay? Whether tonight or tomorrow, I will call him on the phone and be
I want us to talk about it. Let's have it out. I was just like,
no.
All right,
because I've never seen it and I never would, Ed. But you talked about it so much, and I was like, well, maybe one day I'll watch that movie.
Because it's competently done. It's like Spielberg just doing what he does best, but it's just kind of boring. Sorry, I apologize.
I will crash out right now. And I told Luis at the beginning of this pod, I will crash out. I didn't realize it was going to be because of this.
Number 10, crashing out. All right, well, cool.
All right, Ed, go ahead.
What a journey. All right, well, my number 10. We're talking about rewatchability, fun. It's Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom.
Oh, that's good. Oh, I forgot to talk about my favorite scene from Schindler's
talk about
List.
your scene. Talk about your scene. Or Luis, talk about your scene.
The color popped up on screen.
When it pops. When he goes, I could have saved more. You know?
Yeah.
No, I'm sorry, Ed. Go ahead.
No,
what was your number 10? Was it really Schindler's List? Is that what you just said?
Miguel was Schindler's List.
For me, Ed's is not.
Indiana Jones and Temple of Doom is mine.
There you go.
I'll tell you the scene. There's one scene that always it's the
scene.
The biggest thing about adventures and specifically family-friendly adventures is like how that adventure can somehow include kids without being annoying. And for Temple of Doom, they introduce Short Round, and he becomes he's a big part of the movie. But it's when it's the turnaround of Short Round saving Indiana from his possession, if you will, of the dark magic or whatever, and then Indy, it's like the Willie is like, let's get out of here, and Indy's like, yeah, all of us. And then it cuts to the next scene, and you got some kids pushing this mine cart, and then the light slowly creeps up on Indiana Jones's face, and he like punches the lights out of this guy, and it's just like it's that like that inclusion of kids in an action adventure film that makes it that much more magical. That really just it gets me every time. It's just like this is where you lock in. That movie obviously is problematic at times, but and
Why?
annoying at others, but like overall, it's still a really fun adventure movie. And as a kid growing up, like seeing your favorite action hero with like torn sleeves, like a just like looking roughed up, but just looking fucking awesome at the same time.
To your point,
It's pure
when
Indiana
when
Jones.
you watch a movie as a kid, and there's a kid who is also pivotal to the plot, it's like you feel like you're also that kid in that moment.
Exactly, 100%.
I get you.
You're a part of the journey from there on.
Yeah.
Because there's like a kid's eye view.
Right.
All right, sorry, I won't overtalk it, but Temple of Doom. Yeah, I'll take it away.
The
with number
correct
9.
answer was the heart pulling. That was the correct answer.
So, okay, we're not doing the basic scenes. Okay, got it. All right, cool.
We're being unique. Okay. We're having individual
Speaking of being
personalities.
unique, my number 9 movie in terms of rewatchability, okay, I've watched it a couple times. I only saw it a few years ago, all right? But I remember when I sat down and I watched it, I was like, that's
Damn.
right.
Ready Player One's pretty good.
I was like, I do love movies. Cinema is alive. For me, number 9,
The BFG.
The Fabelmans. All right. I had a great time with
Say it
The
again?
Fabelmans.
Fablemans. Oh wow, all right.
It's a semi-autobiographical or whatever.
Automatic.
It's a clack, clack, clack. That scene with like there's a David Lynch right at the end where he's like,
yes,
where he's like, tell me where the sunset is or whatever. You're like, okay, yeah, dude, that's
top or low,
and also that's how you do a basic ass scene call out. All right. But in general, I just remember watching that movie going like, oh, I get it. This is fun. This is like a kid like finding his love of movies. My son this year it decided he's like, I want to be a film director. And I was like, who told you that? And there was a moment where we talked about maybe let's make a movie this summer. Like let's just film something on my phone.
The first the 48-hour film. Sorry, go ahead.
But I don't want to exploit my kid. It's more of about like
fun.
It's fun and like let's just do it and make mistakes. But there is a bit of like we went to the theater and I saw there's like a Girl Scout movie where it's like all the Girl Scouts were selling their cookies and they made a movie about that. And I was like, that's such a good premise. Like you could make a movie about that. But there was something about the Fablemans where it's like you're a kid, you just want to make movies, and then when you know that he grows up to become one of the greatest. I had a great time watching that. So Fablemans, number 9.
Nice. My number 9 is Minority Report.
All right.
Loved it when I watched it. Haven't seen it in a long time, but I remember I loved it. So should probably rewatch it again.
Favorite scene?
Oof. Probably when he replaces his eyeballs or something.
The eyeball scene. Luis, dude, I'm locked in with you right now, okay? Dude. No, that was a scary ass scene.
It is. That's one of his gnarly ones that Spielberg likes to throw out every now and again.
And not the only Tom Cruise Spielberg movie,
Yeah. No, indeed, you're right. Hey.
Thank you. I'm trying to.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so there's a slight recency bias to this, but I also just realized I had seen so much more of this movie than I realized. But there's something so magical about it, and it's very true to Spielberg. But it's Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
Nice. Can I? This is one moments that I want to acknowledge that I haven't seen this movie, and I
Yeah.
really want to.
Well, I've been telling myself for a long time, it's like, I don't think I've really seen that all the way. And
Yeah,
then
yeah, yeah.
rewatching it, I was just like, "Oh, yeah, I absolutely have." It's not one that I necessarily go back to all the time, but man, it really fucking hits, and visually, it still really holds up. And we were talking about the CGI, aliens of, Disclosure Day, and seeing the practical aliens in this film was just I
Good or
I
bad?
I was actually just, like, really moved by the ending of it too, and
Okay.
the mum gets her son back, and, Richard Dreyfuss is, like, going off into the spaceship. It's really just kind of beautiful. I was just kind of, like, tearing up at the end. I was just like, "Oh, wow, this is really kind of fucking
Would you
great."
do it?
Would I go on the alien ship? No.
Would you give your kid back to Sarah and be like, later?
Adios.
Adios.
Adios. No.
The alien's like, we don't even speak that language. Hang on.
Ooh, no.
Well, actually, out in space,
No habla.
it's very mathematical.
No habla. But yeah. Close Encounters, that's my number 9.
I love it. My number 9, I'm gonna echo Luis's Minority Report.
Well, you guys are in the minority.
No, that's fair. I thought it was fun. It was one of those movies where I saw it in theaters and I also saw it at home, and I just remember that I think both times with my mom, and my mom was going through like a phase of like, let's watch this movie, and we both were like, the fuck was that movie? Um, but
I think that was
Minority
most of
Report,
Steven Spielberg at the turn of the millennium.
that really blew, you know. For me, what I remember most about Minority Report, is I had the GameCube, the Nintendo GameCube at the time, and they had a Minority Report game, and it wasn't Tom Cruise. It was some like non-Tom Cruise character, non-Tom Cruise voice. And I played the shit out of that game. All right. It was like one of those where it was one of those early games where they would introduce cheats and you would like
Yeah.
get leveled up and you would like blast the people away. And I
I mean,
just had
that's a
such a
pretty cool
fond
game concept for sure.
tonight after this I will send you the trailer for or the gameplay on YouTube and you just like watch it. It's dated by now, but at the time I was like, fuck, it's the greatest game of all time.
Minority Report, everybody runs. That's what it's
Fucking-
called.
I loved it. It was because there were so many great moments. That was one of the first times as a young kid where I was like, I want to play in the world of this game. And then Luis and I talk about it all the time. Like, I don't love Star Wars, but I love Star Wars video games. And there's something about running around with a lightsaber, and that's kind of the same vibe here.
Weirdly, one thing I've always grappled with as far as Spielberg is concerned is like I've just never been, and this goes across all movies. Luis is like,
Sci-fi.
Ed, stop
No,
talking.
no. I'm no, it's fine.
But yeah, I'm not big on sci-fi generally speaking.
Yeah.
So
And that's kind of his bread and butter for a lot of movies.
yeah, 100%. So like when
If
Minority
that shark could have had a laser, you know?
with laser beams attached to its freaking head, I just I missed the boat on Minority Report, and when I did finally see it, and it was kind of in recent years that I finally saw it, I just was like, I didn't really, it didn't click with me.
I dug it. That whole like precog where it was like we're gonna see the future, and then that grapple of like, but did he really commit the crime? You know,
right? Sure.
If it hadn't been done, I don't know. That was like I don't know, 11 at the time that movie
I do
came out.
love his stance, and it's kind of run through his whole career. It's just like his government conspiracy kind of thing. It's like
Right.
the government is more
Government
often than
kind
not
of bad.
they kind of always bad. Government suck. Government bad.
Number 8.
Number 8.
Minority Report.
Luis, Minority. Luis,
Well,
spit it out.
my number 8 is E.T.
Ooh,
Classic.
ow. Favorite scene.
I'll tell you what, maybe not favorite scene, but like the
One
scene
that
that
stands
freaked
out?
me out the most is
Okay.
at the very end when they like come in and take him, and then they like pretty much do what they did in Disclosure Day, but
They fuck him
But
up.
better.
yeah, and then he was all like pale. I was fucked up as a kid when I saw that. I was like, damn, this is too much for me. That's what made me want to go against the government too. Just like fucking Josh O'Connor. When I saw that clip, I was like, that's what made me decide to revolt.
Imagine if he had just like pulled up ET on his laptop in the movie.
Yeah. I
It's
low key
like-
thought that was gonna happen. Was because there was conversation about like, they're like, oh, this movie's
He's like,
actually
"Will
a
you watch
crossover of
this?"
another movie.
Yeah.
He's like, I've got a satellite phone home. All right.
Yeah. Well, I thought when they were going with Emily Blunt, she's like, all right, you're gonna go back to when you were a child, and I expected,
She's like on the bike.
I half expected to see Drew Barrymore in her bedroom to be like, and then he's like, fuck. I was like, damn.
Oh, dude.
Oh man, if
Um,
that final reveal had just been ET all along.
Yeah, I made it
He comes out. It's like the
home.
big wheelchair. They
Yeah.
open it.
I'm
He's like,
home.
"Meh."
Yeah.
I just want to say this real quick. Is I never saw ET. That was not on my list.
There were some pretty like really cool beginning scenes in that movie where as far as like searching through the lights, searching in the forest with the flashlights. I think that was a pretty like
Yeah.
defining cinema technique that I think a lot of people kind of pull and use where they use flashlights to kind of direct it in such a blockbuster way. Them finding ET, him stumbling upon him, his like family life as a kid, very Stranger Things like you could tell like Stranger Things straight up pulled every time they had like that family scene. That's
Yeah.
ET,
Yeah.
and then it's like them finding ET. It's pretty like cinematic stuff. I don't know. I guess I don't know why I kept it this slow, but I guess I never really wanted to be like, let me watch it again. But the techniques were like on point.
You're selling
girl-
me. I kind of want to make my kid watch this movie.
We got Lily to watch it, and she really enjoyed it. She was skeptical at first, because movies like that back in the day, there was so much more build up to the reveal of the character.
The thing. Yeah.
But it does move along pretty quickly, and she really
That
bought
last
into
ending
it.
though did fuck me up as a kid. So I
I
don't
cry
know.
every fucking time.
Well, no, I love that idea because the boys get into the moment where he like, I don't want to watch this, and then 10 minutes in, he's like, I'm really fucking locked in, so I might do it. All I was gonna say is I've never seen the movie, so maybe that'll be fun because for my boy, we've been talking about how, hey, I'm gonna watch this movie with you. I've never watched it. Let's both watch it for the first time. He kind of gets into it.
That'd be magical.
But the first time I ever really experienced ET was at Universal, and I rode the ET ride. And I'm gonna tell you right now, that was one of my favorite rides. I
It was a
rode
good
it
ride.
I rode it like 3 times.
It didn't say your name too. It's like, thank you, Miguel. Or
It
something
did,
like
it
that.
did.
Yeah.
And I was just like, I get it. And I I had never seen the movie, but I was like, this fucking rocks.
The more we talk about it, the more I'm like, oh, should have been higher on my list. But this movie is like
Me
soup
too.
to me.
I'm gonna
Soup,
be
because it's like I don't really want soup, but once I start having it, I'm like, damn, this is kind of good.
Yeah,
So
fucking
it's like
good
if you
soup.
put it on, I'll be like, ooh, I like this movie. But I'm never gonna be like, let me put it on.
Right.
there's the whole list of Spielberg movies. There's a couple that I'm like, I could fucking throw on right now, and ET might be one of them. So
Nice.
all
Keep it in mind.
right.
All right,
Ed?
my number 8. This was actually one of the earlier ones that I actually did see in theaters. I remember seeing it with my dad and a friend of mine, and I felt like so mature
Shut the
having
fuck
seen it. But it's Catch Me If You Can. It came out in 2002, so like a year before I came over to the States. But it just wasn't one of those movies. It was like one of those movies that my dad was just like, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna go see this. You want to come?" And I was like,
I
Well,
love that.
yes. And then just incidentally, my friend Tommy was trying to hang out. I was like, well, we're gonna go see a
Yeah.
movie, so let's go see it. Yeah, we had a really good time. It was just really cool. But to this day, I mean, Catch Me If You Can is just one of those movies that I really do go back to a lot. And it's just kind of like it's almost like Steven Spielberg in Cruise Control, but like it pops so well. Like he captures like the charisma of Leo so well, and just like the ever reliable Tom Hanks. It's such a fun film too. It's like a fun little caper film. And if I had to do like a favorite scene, it's when Leo has to he's trying to escape from like New Orleans, I think it is, because of he broke off that engagement with Amy Adams. But the cops are watching the airport, so he has to get a crew of air stewardesses to accompany him through the airport to distract the FBI whilst he gets away. And that whole scene is pretty great. But it's a fun movie. I love it. It's got some great performances. As you know, the usual like Spielberg sentimentality, but it's real good.
Leo, man, he's just everybody. I love it.
He's just he knows what he's doing. That kid.
That was one of those that came up on my list, and I was like, I haven't seen it enough to put it on my top 10.
Yeah,
but it's a great one.
A lot of fun.
You know, it's so funny, Miguel, you say that because I was thinking, man, I'd love to put it in my top 10, but I haven't seen it enough. I wish I saw it at least once, and I still.
It's good. Ed's right. It is good.
Sarah loves that movie too, so it's like she talks about it highly, and I wish
good.
I could.
It's like 20 years since the last time I saw it, so I just
it
feel
feels like
I
it's like a
can't-
solid classic, like good
Yeah,
movie,
yeah,
and I really
well,
like,
and it was Leo before your like present day Leo in your mind. It was like still
And I will say-
Titanic,
right.
but
And I will say this is like when we were all saying we're going to do this top 10, I was like, so if there are any movies you want to catch up on them before the top 10. I didn't, but if there was one
it would
that
be
I
that
was
one.
going to do, it would have been this one.
Yeah.
Because I've heard such positive.
I would urge you to check it out. But
urge.
Yeah.
Edge.
Yeah, no, it's like rewatching it too. I mean, Leo, like because he's playing a 16-year-old at first, and this is 2002. This is the same year as Gangs of New York, and the contrast between those two roles is just like remarkable. He plays
Which one
it.
did he do first? They both came out the same year. Which one did he do first?
I don't know.
Well, okay, that's the kind of conversation I'm trying to have. All right,
Okay.
so
I'm sorry, I know they came out the same year, but I mean he was roughly the same age. But like the fact that he pulls off that like 16-year-old so well and effortlessly, and then like eases into this Leo DiCaprio and the ooze. But no, he just like eases into that role so effortlessly. And then you got Christopher Walken too. Bam.
Okay, so he did Gangs New York in late 2000, and Catch Me If You Can didn't even begin until early 2002.
Okay.
oh, all right, there you go.
You know, Spielberg, like,
He could
so
still play
he looks
young, you know?
younger in Catch Me If You Can.
That's crazy.
That is crazy.
It's because of that haircut, right?
Someone
Yeah.
mentioned that in The Departed, you can see the shift from like Titanic Leo to like present day Leo.
It's a
And
Scorsese Leo.
It's like the goatee, you
Yeah.
know. It's like
Oh,
the moment
yeah.
he shifts from that to that, it's like he has evolved into present day.
And I think his one with Martin Scorsese, the
Aviator.
the India Wildflower.
Yes.
The Killers of the Flower
Killers
Moon.
of the Flower Moon. That's
I
his.
think that was.
He's
like,
old now.
Yeah, he's old now.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
So for me, my number 7, getting back into it, rewatchability. I don't think anyone's got this on the list. All right, and you guys might. The internet I'm talking to right
I think
now.
we're going to be the same one.
Guys, in 1997, I couldn't get enough of this movie.
Oh.
All right. No, he's like, oh fuck. I loved. I couldn't believe they made a sequel. This was as a young child. I was like, you can make another movie? I loved The Lost World Jurassic Park.
I wish I saw it again to put it on my list. That's the thing. I don't think I saw it enough to put it on
when
my
I
list.
talk about rewatchability, Lost World is what made me think about this because I watched Lost World so much as a kid. Like it was one of those, we talk about this all the time. Like when you had the movie at home on VHS or whatever, like that's just all you had. And we would throw this movie on for like a Sunday lunch, you know?
Yeah.
Like here it is. And it's
Did
got
you see
great
it in
beats.
theaters?
No, I didn't get to see it in theaters. I watched it the moment it came home to VHS.
No, I didn't either. My mum wouldn't let me. And the same goes for Jurassic Park. But like, that when that one came out, it was such a, it was just like such a big thing. There was like toys, shirts, merch everywhere.
Yeah.
And so it was like me and my friends got swept up in it. And
well, Actually, now that I say this, I might be misremembering because my mom was definitely like, I remember us like the radio, talking about, oh, here's the trailer for, the radio would play a trailer
Yeah,
for a
yeah.
movie. And you're like, oh, fuck, it sounds so good. Uh, and I might have actually seen it in theaters, but I definitely remember the moment of just like having it at home because we just would not stop watching it. And I think there was that like 7, 8-year-old vibe of like, I wasn't allowed to watch Jurassic Park, but this one I
Yeah.
can watch. And I just could not get enough of it. Now you go on the internet and everyone's like, well, that movie fucking sucks and this and that. But I thought it was phenomenal as a 7-year-old. Luis.
Okay, I was gonna put this on my list too, and I said whatever. But as I walked away and came back, I have like 5 or 4 memorable scenes from this movie. Like
Immediately,
like
right?
the Velociraptor in the
Yeah,
fields,
yeah. In the
tail
grass.
in the grass.
Don't go into the long grass.
The 2 T-Rexes, the shot where they're underneath and they're like falling down. That was pretty epic. And then the
It's
part
a
where they
hide.
yeah. And then there's a part where the T-Rex is drinking out of the pool, and the kid's like, "Oh, hey!" And then
There's
like,
a monster in my backyard.
yes, like there's a part where he's
Waterfall.
like,
Quote the shit out of this movie.
Jeff Goldblum's scream. Yeah, it's like there's just a lot of good moments, and maybe it should have been in my top 10.
A lot of
But
scary moments too. I remember getting nightmares from those small little fuckers.
Yeah.
The
The opening scene where she screams right at the end and they cut to the train station and he's like
Yeah.
yawning.
yeah.
like I do.
I can close my eyes. Like there's that meme of you can get on a plane and do this, but like I could close my eyes and watch this entire movie right now.
Right now.
Yeah.
All right. Everybody list it.
That's my
1, 2,
number.
3.
You know what? I'll put it there. That's my number, Sam.
That's your
I'm
number
just
7?
saying it's a
Yes,
it's a good
my number
one.
7 too. I'm gonna put it.
The internet recently, this is what I hate about, like, we're in like the 8th or 9th iteration of the internet, but someone was recently like, oh, she fucking like gymnastics the Velociraptor, and I was like, hey, hold on a second,
and
that
your
was one of the
point
coolest
is-
moments. Sorry, that was one of the coolest moments of the movie.
Yeah.
As a child watching that movie,
Yeah.
to your point, Ed, like when a kid does the thing in the movie, you're doing that.
You're a part
you
of
know?
it. Yes.
Like I sat there, like I was pretty chubby at that point, but I was like, I'm not gonna gymnastics this moment, but if I was skinny and maybe like a black girl, like I could do this,
We're gonna kick the shit out of this Velociraptor. Forget
she
about
shows up that moment where he was like, what are you doing here? She was like, oh, I thought I would have dinner ready for you by the time you got back.
it. Yeah. Psych.
And I was like, oh, God, I love this movie. Okay. The Stegosaurus smashing the log,
Yeah.
There's so much that works about that movie, and I just can't believe we were reacting so positively in this
And
moment. I
think
thought
you
I was
said-
gonna get dog
you made
shit.
such a
about it.
good point about it
Jurassic
being a
World,
sequel.
and it's like they've lost
Yeah.
that. They've lost that kind of
Yeah.
magic.
If we
factor.
sat here and ranked those movies, I think like I
1
still
and
would
2,
put. I think it
easily.
would be 1 and 2, kind of.
Oh, yeah,
like
1000%. Absolutely.
It's a solid.
everything
movie.
else has come, below those.
Julianne Moore is so good in that movie.
Yeah.
Like you buy her as this not foil per se to Ian Malcolm, but like she is like not just the damsel either. Like she is like a true partner to him, and
I
does
always-
not put up with his bullshit.
Yeah, I always really enjoyed Pete Postlethwaite as I forget the
Oh,
guy's the hunter.
The engine guy. The
hunter who wants to get the T-Rex, but then like he loses his friend and he doesn't want the
set up
T-Rex.
nests in a Rex nest for all I care. You're like,
Exactly. This is my party, okay? No,
he's so good.
he's really good. Yeah. All right. So Lost World, number 7. My, leave it to me to just not be there. But my number 7 is a different kind of monster movie. It's Jaws.
Munich. I'm kidding.
Jaws.
All right. Well, now I know what to expect. Great.
The thing is, like, I know Ed's like kind of up there Spielberg movies, and the fact that you sat there and went, The Adventures of Rin Tin Tin's kind of boring. I was like, you motherfucker. All right. So
I
we're going to get up
apologize.
there. I'm going to be like, obviously number 3 is Munich. And he's going to be like, actually, the Olympics are kind of for gays. And you're like, whoa, what the fuck? I didn't realize you took this stance. And Ed's like, I've been having this stance. You're like, you
What are you talking
haven't.
about? I've been talking about this for years.
I've never heard you mention it like that.
Yeah, Jaws. I mean, so we're talking about rewatchability. I probably watch this movie at least once a year. But I just have such a visceral memory of the first time I saw it, which was it was like in secondary school, where you're getting to that age. We were like 11, 12, and we're starting to get girlfriends and stuff. Like the goal in life was just to get a girlfriend or whatever. But like me and my friends went over to one of my friend's girlfriend's house for her birthday.
Ooh.
And her parents were letting us watch Jaws. Like we rented Jaws, and we're just like, "Ooh, this is so fucking cool!" So it was like a room of us kids, and we were watching Jaws together, and it was just like such a fucking cool bit.
By the way,
and it terrified me then, and it's still freaky now. But like, I mean, it's such a fucking great horror film.
Can I?
By the way, millennials just have recently decided that we're not letting our kids go to sleepovers anymore, and it's for shit like that. All right.
Yeah.
You can't be like, oh, and by the way, I let your kid watch
Jaws.
Wait,
but Jaws,
is that true? People aren't letting
where the sharks fuck the entire time.
People
I
are
didn't
a little
realize.
bit weird about it for sure.
Damn, probably my best memories were sleepovers.
Yeah.
I
know.
Like, some of the best movies I ever saw were because of fucking sleepovers.
The first time I ever saw boobs, Anna Bush. All right.
Yeah, the friendships that I had.
Yeah, I know.
Ed, you know what's funny is I do remember the first time I saw this movie too, and it was like a year or two ago, and we had to take my cat to the vet for 12 p.m. 12 a.m. in the middle of the night. He was throwing up. We don't know what was going on, so we took him to the vet. And on the TV was Jaws, and I was like, "Damn, I've never seen this movie. Damn, I'm really stressed and worried about. Damn, I'm really stressed and worried about my cat right now. But also, what's going on with this movie right now?
Hold on,
it's like this is the first time I've seen. It's like, yeah.
It's one of those like TVs in a corner, and you're like, your eyes are a little tired. You're like, no, hang on, give me a second. I'm watching this.
Yeah. So I was oscillating between those two feelings of like worry, but then also intrigue for a Spielberg film. I was like, oh, so this is what Jaws is all about. But no, I haven't like properly seen the movie, but I've seen bits and pieces of it. But the parts that I did see, I was like, I'm interested.
Slap.
I also have never seen Jaws. Wow. So
I completely underestimated this ranking. I genuinely just assumed.
Hold on.
And to my fault. No, it's to my fault. I just assumed that you guys, it would have been an easy ranking because we've seen so many Spielberg movies. But
I know.
I've seen more Scorsese and other films. For some reason, I've never seen,
Well, when you look at the whole list, you think, oh, of course, like I should have seen. These are iconic movies.
It's always been like
it's a shame.
They're like landmarks. It's like when you go to when I go to Dallas. Yeah, it's like or people come to Hollywood. Like, oh, do you go to the Walk of Fame? I'm like, nobody goes there.
Well, anyway,
like when you go to New York, they're like, do you go to the Statue of Liberty? And they're like, I've never been there.
Right.
Like, these are
Jaws,
like kind of.
Jaws not on my list, but my number 6 movie.
Miguel, good job.
Couldn't wait to talk about this. Couldn't wait to watch it again. Rewatchability. Tom Hanks is so good at that fucking airport. All right. I love The Terminal. Okay. What a great movie. It's one of those like pivotal moments for me as like a young kid. We watched it a ton at my house. It's a foreign international who don't fucking yawn when I talk. When I talk. Yawn when Luis talks, that's fine. Right.
I was joking about
him.
Lost.
This was my Stanley Tucci awakening. Okay. And I don't mean sexually. I just mean just like, wow, this man.
Tooch.
You ever just like look at someone and be like, he's tooched up right now. All right. He's so good in that movie. Tom Hanks so good in that movie. That scene where he's like, they call like Stanley Tucci's like exasperated. He calls Tom Hanks in because the guy is like holding the guy hostage for the pills, and he's like, "Oh, the goat, the medicine is for goat." It's like, and Catherine Zeta-Jones, love her. All right, it was only like a month later that I started watching like Ocean's movies, and Ocean's 12 came out, and I was like, I fucking love this movie too. Okay, Chicago up there too. No, dude, my number 6, The Terminal. Love
I
it.
need to go back. I haven't seen that one in at least 20 years.
I think at this point, you maybe know, you might hate it, you know?
Well,
For
I think I definitely had a snobbish attitude towards it, but people genuinely love that movie. I don't
Andor,
I don't remember anything. You know what I remember the most? You're talking
tell
about
me.
scenes, is
Eh,
when he collects
good.
he collects crackers and puts
Yeah.
ketchup and mustard on them, and
Because he's starving, because they won't feed him. It's
right.
yeah.
And then he takes the carts and he puts them
quarters.
back for money.
Yeah.
And then there's like a gate that's like under construction, and then he goes over there.
What's Andor's name? I'm blanking on it.
Diego Luna.
That was my first time seeing him too.
Uh,
Zoe Saldana's in that movie
Diego
too.
Luna is in the terminal.
Yeah, she's
Yeah,
in
yeah.
it too. And it's just like
What is he,
this,
the
like,
kid? He's like,
no. He's like the worker at the airport. And then there's like a good, like, how do I say
He
this?
does the luggage, right?
There's like an Indian man, like an old Indian man.
Yeah,
And it's
yeah.
just like you see like the generations of people that work at the airport, that they all kind of like rally behind him.
Yeah.
Because he just is not allowed to leave because of the passport situation. And it's just like a kind of a small, centrally located movie. It's a little overly sentimental, but there was just something about that time in life where I was like, God, this movie is awesome. I cry every time I watch it. Every time I have to sleep at the airport, I think about him. Uh, the Terminal.
Terminal.
Wow. Remember when I said, "Oh, Lost World's my number," whatever it was?
God.
I bumped the Terminal for it, but now it's like, damn, do I want to put the Terminal next?
Yes. Yeah, you do. Just do it.
Okay, yeah, I'll do the Terminal too. Put me one for Terminal.
Let's go.
Have what he's having.
It's good. I mean, it's like fun.
I need to go back and rewatch it.
I
I'll
do remember it
literally
as a
just
kid too. It was on DVD. Like we play for some reason. It was
You know what?
replayed a lot as a kid, and I remember that.
For me, I had never been on a plane, and so that was like one of those moments where I was like, "This must be what it feels like to be at the airport." You know,
Bummer.
he eats a burger. Yeah, Ed, it is a bummer. Okay, that's the
No, I
moment
mean,
I'm
like
explaining to you.
bummer, like because his experience obviously is so terrible.
I was like, if I could have a fraction of that.
So everybody just becomes friends at the airport. No, son.
I don't know. It seems kind of chill. There's a Burger King, you know.
That's just
For just like two or three quarters, you can have a Whopper. I'm sorry, that sounds
imagine
great.
at the airport. What's more? Like, come on,
Please.
God, yeah. No, Tom Hanks is
Dude,
great in that movie.
I love that. I love going first so I can persuade Luis to just put these movies on his top 10, so I don't feel bad.
I shan't be
He will not.
Allow me to be pretentious.
It kicked off a big film, but it's fine. We're gonna go to.
I can't wait to hear. All right.
Yeah, I can't wait to hear what that was.
Ed, go
All
ahead.
right, well, you already
Number
knocked
6.
it earlier. But this is a movie that really stuck with me throughout most of my
Schindler's List.
Nope. No, it's Munich. And I do.
So low.
Hey, we're talking about Steven Spielberg here, okay? This is it's all masterpieces from here on out. But
you really cannot like put Ed in a corner. You know,
cannot.
He will break out.
No, Munich. It's a fantastic film. I think it's like one of his more underrated films. I just like it gets swept, and it's especially these days. It's very topical.
I think.
What?
Sorry, my last 30 seconds of talking this. It's just the thing that hurts me the most is that I met Ed at such a pivotal like time in my life when we were like 14, 15 years old. And so when Munich came out, he shook me, like grabbed my collar. Miguel, you have to watch Munich. And I would have told you Munich was top 3 movie for Ed. All right.
It's danced around. I will be honest. It's danced around, and this has been me. Like I've been grappling with this, but no, it's me just being more just accepting the movies that I do genuinely truly love. Like we were saying, rewatchability, and I love Munich. I do. It's here. It's my number 6 of his 32 movies.
Yeah.
I think it's a great fucking film. And I would implore anybody to go watch it. It's so good. And
I just
it's
remember
one
the
of his
poster.
quieter hits. Yeah, it's a great that poster slaps,
Wait, dude.
and it's got an incredible score from John Williams. It
Miguel knows.
Where is Eric Bana? Like, let's see him more. You know,
I thought
He was in the
Eric
castle.
got an Oscar nomination for this one. But like it's got a great cast. It's like great ensemble. It was like Daniel Craig right before he became James Bond. You know, it's great. It's fucking fantastic film, and I want all of you to see it. It's on Peacock
Okay.
right now.
Number
All right,
Miguel. Number
top
5,
five.
Miguel.
Number Miguel,
I'm
5.
gonna say this. I personally, I'm gonna have to start flying through these. Okay, and that's just on me.
Yeah, that's what you want to do in the top 5.
I've been given the flag of hurry up. So my number 5, Ed. This one's for you. I put this on here for you.
The Hook.
It's fucking Hook, dude. Rewatchability. The amount of times I saw this movie, you know,
Because of your own willing or because of Ed?
well, that's a whole separate conversation. But no, I just one of those where the other night I told my son, sorry, I was like, hey, I got a movie we can watch because we're doing this thing where every Saturday we pick movies now and everyone gets a turn.
Dude, this is such an awesome year for your son right now. This is a killer year. This is a great year.
I know it, dude. I know.
This is going to be a memorable year for sure.
And so it was him and then my wife, and they got to pick the first 2 movies. And so like for me, the very first one that came to mind was Hook. I was like, dude, this, because he loves Jumanji so much. And it's like, dude, Robin Williams is great. And it's like that same kind of like 90s era action adventure, family friendly. I was like, dude, you're gonna love Hook. And so it's top 5 for me. Like whether it's the one that I've like watched the most, no. Maybe did I watch Terminal a little bit more than that? Probably. Okay. But you
That was
cannot
also your
deny
preferences at the time.
you cannot deny that Hook is a top 5 Spielberg. Like I'm framing it as rewatchability for this list, but you also have to be like pragmatic also. Like I'm not going to put Hook as, you know, a number 11, whatever. No, it's a ton of fun. What's crazy is I sent you guys that Instagram link a week or 2 ago where this guy was like ranking all 30 whatever Spielberg movies, and when he got to Hook he was like, yeah, I put it at, it was like, I don't know, 12. He was like, yeah, I put it here, and it's a really great movie, but yeah, there are a lot of problems with this movie. And I was like, what? Like what are you, this is a children's movie. Like what are we sitting here going like, actually Hook sucks, you know? Like, no, it's top 5. Hook, Spielberg, them.
Say less.
My number 5 is Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade.
Ooh.
A lot of memorable scenes for me for that one. The deciding of the cup, the
Great scene. Yeah.
what's it called, the fire scene, and then you know, that beginning train scene for me too. Every time I saw that, I was like, "Ooh, the movie's beginning" as a kid. Yeah, no, there we go. That's the movie.
That's a
Indiana
banger.
Jones, Last Crusade.
Oof, I can't wait. I love top 5. I love when we get to top 5, you know?
Okay, so this one is my top 5 is Saving Private Ryan. Fucking, I mean, it changed the way people look at war movies forever. Basically, there's never going to be any war movie that ever lives up to it.
Yeah.
Ever again.
Agreed.
I'm just gonna say I saw it way too young.
Yeah, I think that was a rite of passage, you know?
Yeah, just like rewatching it for this list, I was just like, "Fuck, this movie is so brutal, and it just like is relentless,
Yep.
and it's like you find something new to just be like shocked by every time, and it's like I can only imagine what it was like seeing in theaters, but I just know I saw it too young, and will take great caution showing it to my kids. But it is a fucking awesome film. And
The idea
yeah,
of being like, okay, anyway, I know that you're 12 now. Sit down. We're gonna watch this.
We're gonna sit down and watch this. I can't. Yeah, I mean, so many movies on this list. I have like a timeline of when I'm gonna introduce them to my kids.
Well, and then Ed, you know this, but it's also like there's another person. We have spouses that sometimes you go, because like we have dads that accidentally or purposefully introduced us to movies too early, and then you go, well, you're older than I was. You're ready to watch this movie, and then someone comes along and is like, well, no, they're not ready to watch this yet. I'm like, you don't know what you're talking about,
Guys,
okay?
I've been trying to get Liddy to watch Ace Ventura: When Nature Calls, but everybody's
Brother.
pushing back about that movie.
Brother.
And I'm just
I have
she's
movies.
ready. It's just fun. It's just
I have
funny.
movies.
But
well, and then for my kid, he's like
not even the first one. I've tried to get her to watch.
He goes through moments of like, no,
yeah.
I don't want to see it because it's scary, and I don't want to. And I'm like, okay.
And I appreciate they know their own limits,
But maybe let's just watch it and find out.
Maybe shut up.
I know better than you. So my number 4. You ready to get into it, guys? I'm gonna say it right now. War of the Worlds. All right.
Ooh, yeah.
I loved this movie. It was one of those that I watched. I want to say it was like maybe like late middle school, early high school. It came out.
It was high school.
High school, yeah, somewhere first couple of years of high school.
2005.
Okay, can I keep going? And it was one of those where I just like instantly loved it. But as an adult, I went back and watched it maybe last year or so. And I was just like, the whole angle changes when you're a dad. But even as just an adult, like imagining yourself in this like position of like, I have to get these kids, like a teenager and a child, through this like world, I don't know, traumatizing event. It's just it just really holds up. There's really not a moment that I go, here's where the movie falters.
Right.
There's every act has a beat that just really works, and then by the end you just go, you're rewarded for like sticking through it,
Yeah.
Not the only Tom Cruise Spielberg team up, but it was just like, yeah, this works. Could see them getting together again, maybe for like a late stage.
That'd be cool
for both of them.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had a lot of fun. I think that people criticize Dakota
Fanning
for this. But then every time I watch it, even as an adult, I'm like, that's a child, and
she's fantastic in it.
I do not expect a child to react perfectly to every single thing that's happening, and I think that's what she's doing in that movie. And it's like, imagine you're the adult that doesn't normally take care of this child, but you have to. And so the way they play off of that for both of those characters, I think, is so good. And when the older brother like makes that choice to like run off and join the army, it's just like, and maybe that was like a bit of like the 9/11 of it all, like shortly a year or two after all that. It was just like that felt like true to that moment. So yeah, no, I love that movie. I'll put it on right fucking now, dude. I love War of the Worlds.
No,
gotta watch it. I haven't seen it. I've seen Reddit videos about like, this is why Spielberg's
I wish I would have known that before. I didn't mean to spoil too much, but I think you would
it
like
means
that.
nothing. Like, I remember, I feel like I've read the book or something, the H.G. Wells book or something.
Yeah.
So
it's not, this is Spielberg's take, and there are really great moments. Like, there are standout, I don't want to spoil anything now, but like, I do think this is one that you would enjoy, whether it's your perfect best movie. I'm not here to say that, but I think you would enjoy it.
Feels like an enjoyable movie. Like, I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, it's tight too. Like, it moves quickly. It's pacey.
Luis, you liked Last of Us. You would dig some of that vibe in this.
And it's got Tom Cruise.
He's really good in it. He's really
cool.
Good.
It's like Leo DiCaprio, Catch Me If You Can, Tom Cruise. Like, it seems like
star power.
Like,
star power.
How could I have not seen those films? It's literally like,
dude, it's one of those where Tom Cruise also kind of gets this rap of like he jumps on set and kind of like takes over, but it's really just because he like knows how to make movies.
He knows what to do.
And this was one of those where it felt like Spielberg and Tom Cruise both were like,
what they had.
We know how to make this movie.
Cool. I should see it.
Let's make this movie. And I think it's really good.
Making me wish I'd put it on my list. I'll be
Top
honest.
4.
Spoiler
Top 4,
alert.
No,
babe.
Yeah.
I gotta check it out. This is a movie that I recently watched, and because of y'all, Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
Love it. Love it.
It's my number 4. So
Yeah, you
It's
really
a
did only
phenomenal
just see
movie.
that
We don't
in recent years. Yeah.
You don't have to overtalk it. It's good.
yeah, I mean, everybody knows. Everybody's seen it.
You've seen it.
You know.
That's the thing about these, like, when I was making the list, it's like, what are we doing? You know?
Yeah.
Like, you've seen these movies.
I think the only thing I have, the only issue I
what's
have
going
with that
on?
movie. How about this? The only thing I have issue with that movie is, isn't there like a bit where like it's a young person and then it transforms into an older person?
Yeah.
I think that's
Luis.
like the only problem that I have with it.
Okay, fuck off. All right, move on.
Well, I liked literally 99.58% of the rest of it.
I don't. That's literally.
The opening and the end.
I
Yeah.
don't want to get into this with you. Okay,
I'll say
Like,
this is like on
it's a
paper,
button.
And the concept, totally. I don't know, maybe it's the execution of it.
It's like it kind of worked.
Is it your number 1?
No, actually, it's not on my list.
Okay, so
So
there we go. It's what? It's not
It's
even
not
on your list? Okay, well,
No,
don't
you're
get
full
at
of
me
shit.
for
You're
saying.
full of shit. I don't know.
Hold on, I'll be back. Keep going. Well, tell me yours, and then I gotta.
Ed,
Well,
Ed, go ahead.
Allow me to drag this out. No, it's Jurassic Park, number 4.
Nice.
I don't know which kind of shocked are you, Miguel, but I mean, it's Jurassic Park. It's iconic. It's
No, it's more so that I'm like, I'm scratching my head for a moment. Like, what movies come before Jurassic Park? Like, I'm having to think about it. You know?
yeah. Now you have to think about it.
Now
But
I
no,
gotta know.
Jurassic Park it's just like the ultimate blockbuster, isn't it? I mean,
It is. It is.
And I've been, in recent years, and we're talking about like watching these movies with our kids, and Jurassic Park is one of those that I cannot wait to watch it. But at the same time, is like I'm afraid it's too early. Like she's not there yet.
I asked my neighbor who has a boy who's my son's age, but also has an older boy. And a few weeks ago, she had like a sister in town or something. And she was like, we're going to sit down. We're finally going to do Jurassic Park. And later I asked her, I was like, you guys actually do it? She's like, yeah, we watched it. And I was like, were there nightmares? And she was like, oh, yeah, totally. And I was like, okay, so nightmares, but it's also
Okay.
like, but she was like,
So-
but it was just like a moment. It's like a childhood moment.
Yeah.
And there's so many people that acknowledge that Spielberg made a scary dinosaur movie that
For
was
kids.
also for kids.
Yes.
And
I
so
appreciate that fact. And I do. And it's just like that scary element. And I remember what it did to me as a kid. But and don't get me wrong, it's like that's the thing, is like, yes, it scared me, but like me and my friends loved those fucking movies. And The Lost World. Jurassic Park, I think, has more of a scare factor. You know what it
there are
is?
scary
It's like
moments
I
with Lost World, but
saw there's something that I read some time ago that has stuck with me since being a parent. Is just like when you see something on screen for the first time that's either like horrifying or disturbing or scary, you're you're taking away that innocence in that moment.
yeah.
And that has always resonated with me. And it's just like while I appreciate the thrill and the excitement that I have in getting to watch these movies,
Could you imagine?
it's just like I'm trying to, because it does, and I'm talking about Saving Private Ryan. Is like I know I saw that movie too young, and I think there is a part of me as a moviegoer that has been desensitized to certain things, where people are just like, "Oh, that scene was so hard," and I'm just like, "I've
It
seen it.
wasn't that bad.
I've seen it before." It's like,
Yeah.
and that's not necessarily going to be the case.
But you don't want to be the person who like drags your kid into that next stage.
Yeah, and she comes to me so very frequently saying like, I want to watch Jurassic Park. I'm ready for Jurassic Park. And I'm just like, I really don't think you are. And maybe I should just like let it happen. But like I've had that strong stance. Maybe do it together
at Christmas. Come
on. And
Okay.
and I was thinking about this. Technically, they have seen Jurassic Park because we went to that drive-in
Yeah, yeah,
movie
yeah, yeah,
theater.
yeah.
But I think there was like distractions abound and stuff like that. They weren't really into it.
Yeah,
But like
yeah, yeah.
rewatching it as they have started
That
to like actually
pivotal moment.
absorb this stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
it could be a lot of fun. So I'm on the fence, but I am like every day teetering closer and closer to just being like, let's do it. She and I have been doing this thing, and especially over the summer, where I told her, every other weekend, you and I are going to put out the air mattress in the living room, and we're going to just stay up watching movies all night. And the last one we did was Spider-Man, and I've been telling her we're going to do Spider-Man
Yeah,
2
yeah.
next. But
Oh,
Jurassic Park might be one of those because, like, we'll fall asleep, and then that way, if she is scared, I'll be right
yeah.
there with
Yeah.
her.
I love that.
So maybe that's why. And she, bless her heart, she locks in for movies. She will not
Yeah.
fall asleep to a
She's
movie.
a
So
ball,
she's a ball. She'll watch it from beginning to end, and, and then be like, "Well, let's watch something else."
No, see,
But
we're a 3-night family where it's like you have to act
chapter
1, act
one,
2,
chapter
act
two,
3.
yeah,
Yeah. And part of it's me, part of it's Kristen, part of it's him, and it's just kind
yeah.
of like a sensibility where it's like
I get it.
sometimes
Yeah,
I'm like, no, can we please just like watch this movie?
yeah.
Number
Well,
4, Jurassic Park for Ed. Wow, I
yeah.
love it. All right, top 3. You guys ready for it?
Let's do it.
Let's do it. Ed, this one's for you, bud. All
I
right.
Another
thought, I
one for
thought
me.
another one.
Yeah, I'm
What
spoiled.
was the other one? Oh, well,
Hook.
Hook was a silly one. This one's like a legit one. Like I had a moment for this.
Oh, so Hook wasn't legit.
Hook was fine. Can I get in? Hook was something that I watched before you. Okay. This was something that I watched with you. Okay.
Okay.
And this was one of the first times, and like this was like a moment where I realized like older movies can have an impact. Like I don't have to like watch them the day they come out. I can enjoy something that's my senior. Okay. Uh Classic. It's not Indiana Jones. It's Raiders of the Lost Ark, you know?
Okay. Yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
I remember sitting down and watching this for the first time with you, and I did not want to watch this movie. I was like,
You resisted so hard.
yeah, yeah, yeah. I was like, this isn't for me. I'm not into this. Like in my mind, it was like Harrison Ford. I was like, I don't really like Star Wars. Like, I'm not gonna like Indiana Jones.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't know, 17 or 18 when we watched this. And I just remember sitting down and from like start to finish being like, oh my God, that movie was so fun. And then I went on and watched part 2 and part 3. And it was just like, because I think I think we said this before, but it's like, I think I didn't actually watch these movies until after I watched Kingdom of the Crystal. Yeah, Crystal
Because
Skull.
didn't I take you to the midnight
You
show?
you were like, we have to go see this movie.
Yeah.
And I was like, these movies, this is not for me. This is not. That was fun, I guess, but this is not for
Yeah.
me. And when I actually sat down and I watched the first one and then the second one and then the third one,
You were like,
I was
oof.
just like, this is great. And I would have put those movies on here, but for me, that first movie just really, and I said this last week about Spider-Man, the Sam Raimi Spider-Man. It's just something about when you sit with that first movie, you really have a lot of fun. So Raiders of the Lost Ark, Indiana Jones. I did the ride at Disney, I was like, we have to do this,
Yeah.
It's a
Nice.
great movie. So shout out.
My number 3 is Raiders of the Lost Ark too. That one,
Dude.
that one I didn't change. That's on the letterbox list.
Nice.
So.
Fucking
I
go,
can't wait
dude.
to hear which one got knocked off for.
It was the second one.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
Which is a great movie, and I almost put it on my list.
It was on my list, and then that's the one that got knocked. So I just
Alright,
got too
fair enough.
hyped by Miguel hyping up the movies.
Terminal, fuck yeah.
Fuck yeah!
I don't know,
but it's
man.
hard because it's like I did watch it a lot on DVD for some reason. It was in my house, and we played it
Yeah.
a lot. And I was just like, it was a moment in my life for some
It's
reason.
that transition, and to boot, it was on TV a lot. I remember that too.
Yeah.
So, back
What's
in the
number 3,
day.
Ed?
Yeah. All right. My number 3. We've talked about it. I'm sure I don't know. You guys might have an opinion of this, but it's Hook.
Of course.
My very first movie in the theaters. Of course, I don't remember that, but this is a movie that's been singing my whole life, and I'm at an age now to being a father where it makes me cry every time too. I can't get through the ending without crying.
Of course.
It was like a hard reality as I was getting more into movies, like in my teenage years and young adult years, and then realizing that the movie not only bombed, but like critics panned it back in the day. That was a harsh
Oh,
reality.
Ed.
So that really fucked with my 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 viewpoint of that movie. But then when like I don't know, it's always been a part of my life, but when I went out and got I had a VHS for the longest time, and then I finally got the DVD and just got back into it, and I adore it. It just makes me so happy. We're gonna get emotional about it now, so I'm not gonna talk about it too much. But it
And
just
it's your
makes
number 3?
Three. That's what I don't
well,
understand.
because other feelings, but
Can I
because
say
it's one of those. It's a movie that is very much resonant of its time period. Like it feels like a movie of the early '90s, and maybe that doesn't translate over time, but it's like the first act and the final act that really just fucking that I adore
I
about it,
I
and
I'm I can't wait to hear number 2 and 1 because I'm blown away that
yeah.
it's number 3.
Yeah.
Because I'm
See,
gonna be
I knew you
honest,
guys
like
would think about that, and trust me, that's what I've been grappling with for the last week or so. It's just, but I just, uh, we're talking about rewatchability, and
Spielberg,
so we'll get
right?
more into it. But no,
Well, beside
Hook is just like will always have that special place in my heart, and it will always be a part of my personality for some reason, I guess. But
yeah.
just
Yeah.
it was the movie that made me believe that I could fly and want to fly and all of that, and it makes me want to be a better dad. It makes me want to be a movie maker.
So
So maybe it is my number one movie. I don't know.
I
I'm
just
getting
I just want to
That's what I
say
myself
was
out.
thinking, man. Like
go fuck yourself. Why is this not number one?
Yeah,
I'll say two quick things. It's just like this is the Ed movie, absolutely, and it's
yeah,
okay, great for fun for you for putting it in 3. Okay, good for you. But no, to me, this will for me. This is
exactly.
number one
This
Ed
is number 1
movie.
for you too,
This
yeah.
is Hook.
okay. Can we just
But
like quietly tell ourselves that, and then
we
we'll
know,
just
yeah,
get
that's
my next
we'll
Yeah,
give
two?
it
yeah,
to you.
Yeah,
yeah.
But
okay.
there's something that you said about like finding out the movie you love is like critically panned or whatever. And I've had this thought recently where it's like all of a sudden movies that came out before the internet, um, all of a sudden will have like some sort of like low Rotten Tomato score, and people will be like, "Well, on Rotten Tomatoes,
Ugh.
the Godfather only has," and you're like, "The Godfather came out before the internet. Why are we putting a tomato
Yeah,
meter
that's
on The
why I hate
Godfather?"
Rotten
You know?
Tomatoes. It's just
And
like it's a
I just
lazy
I
way to
cannot
go about movies.
absolutely. I cannot stand seeing some like critically or whatever acclaimed movie, but the internet decides, oh well, 20 years ago the internet, Al Gore gave us the internet, and now we can critique movies.
Yeah,
And I cannot stand that. And so the idea of like finding a movie that you loved and really resonated with you and spoke to you pre-internet meant something,
yeah,
and now all of a sudden you have to sit here and go, oh well, actually I this or I that. Like,
yeah.
no, you loved that movie, and that is what
Like
that movie was.
one of the minute pluses of the internet is realizing too that it has that following, that movie meant just as much to a lot of
It
people
does.
as it does
It does.
to me.
And
And I mean, and I say those things too, because like it's one of those movies that again I love, but then when Steven Spielberg talks about it, it's not he doesn't talk about it as fondly either because he doesn't like the overall product. At the end of
which
the
is
day,
hilarious. It's like, but my guy, you did that,
yeah, yeah, yeah. It just didn't work out the way he envisioned it, and I get that, whatever. It it's one of those things that you especially because you when you love a movie you dig into those things and you want to learn
Well,
everything you can about it, like the production and stuff like that.
here
And
we are.
I'll say this real quick, it's my favorite John Williams score by far.
Of course.
Of course.
Yeah.
Say
So
more of it.
Ed's favorite movie, Ed's favorite score. Ed's over here tearing up, crying, just talking about it. But his number 3 movie, Hook.
It's Hook. Yeah.
From here on out, they're all number 1. How about that?
I cannot wait to hear 2 and 1.
Me too.
My 2 and 1, super basics. We've already talked about them. But guys, rewatchability, Spielberg, all the things that work. When I watched it for the first time, my number 2 movie, Saving Private Ryan. I was not too young when I watched it. I feel like just the right age. Again, I think Ed and I watched it around like 17, 18 years old on VHS, and he was like, well, we got to watch this movie. And I was like, okay, I've never seen it. And it just be instant classic. I think I've bought this movie like 3 times on DVD.
Yeah.
Moving over the years, like losing it and this and that. And it's just like I have a list of things that I want to show my boy at like certain moments in his life, and this is on that list. It's just like I love Tom Hanks. I love the structure of this movie. I love that the people, this was one of the first times where I learned that like the main characters could die, you know? And this was just one of those that really sat with me. Yeah, obviously like the opening scene of this movie is the one that people talk about when you just like generally talk about this movie, but just so many moments work for this. The fact that why am I crying over Vin Diesel? You know, like this movie rocks. Saving Private Ryan, number 2. I'm not going to overtalk it, mainly because I just want Luis to hurry and get to it so that Ed can tell me what his top 2 are.
Well, you know what? Talk about Saving Private Ryan for a second. I just realized I remember that scene at the very end where it's like the good guy and the bad guy are like facing off against each other, and they're like, I kind of forgot, but it just felt like a
Sergeant
moment.
throwing his helmet at him.
Okay, there's like 3 or 4 moments in that last moment. But you can talk about Tom Sizemore. You can talk about Adam Goldberg getting stabbed, and in that same scene,
we were talking about Ed? Scenes. The
translator where he Upham, where he's scared the entire movie, and you think this is the moment where he's gonna like be brave, but instead he like cowers and lets the guy who just killed his his whatever
soldier.
Platoon member
yeah
get away. And then later when you see him being like Upham, it's me, you know, I think that was maybe a second guy, but still it was like
different. They are different guys, but yes.
They are different guys, but it's just like that moment of where like and not only are the people that you are caring about dying, but like the people that you think are going to rise to the moment don't.
Yeah,
you know,
it's it shakes you.
And when you finally, I'm not going to spoil who it is, but when you finally like meet Private Ryan for the first time and you understand that they've lost so much to get to him, and he's like, but I'm not going to abandon my team to just go home. And it's just one of these moments where it's like, holy shit, this movie is so good. You know, I love Saving Private Ryan. I watch that. I mean, maybe once a year, you know, like this is a good movie. Number 2 for me.
Saving
Luis.
Private Ryan.
Who wrote Saving Private Ryan here? Let's see. Written by Robert Rodat. Okay. I feel odd and weird saying this is my number 2.
Okay.
Because I felt like this would have been higher for somebody else, but my number 2 is Hook. This was a movie that probably the most repeat as a kid, like this and another movie and maybe another movie was like, this is Spielberg for me. And then same thing with Ed, where it's like you hear back and you're like, oh, that movie was bad, and you're like blown away. But like, how is that movie?
How do you?
It does a really good job of transporting you to 2 different worlds, where the movie feels like one movie at the very first act, and then when he goes to and he goes back, it feels like another movie, and then when he goes back to it's like that does a very good job with tone. And I remember when I watched it in theaters recently, well, not recently, but I guess 5 years ago or whatever. They had Dante Bosco, I think is his name, the Rufio guy.
Rufio, yeah.
He was there at the very end, like waving. But we watched it in the theater, and throughout the movie, and then at the very end when he flies in, and then a wolf of air comes in. I don't know, just something about all that. I was like, this man is using cinema tools right now, and even like I like Hook. I had no idea who played Hook for the longest time of my life,
I know you didn't.
ever.
It didn't click
And then
until
y right, and then you're like, "Holy shit, what a transformative, like, role
performance.
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah,
was,"
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
where I didn't even realize, and, I just think it's super fun, like, I and also you get, like I don't know, I don't wanna be that guy, but it's just, like, diversity has been such a thing of late of, like, "Oh, we gotta make sure we have a diverse cast, diverse this," but when I watched Hook, I didn't even think about diversity, and then I went back and I watched, I was like, "Holy shit, these kids,
Yeah,
there's, like, so
yeah,
many different types of kids." I did not even realize it
yep,
until,
yep.
like, going back with this lens, but it's like he was already kind of naturally doing that, and, I don't know, it's just a very, as a kid, enjoyable, lovely movie, a lot of cinema tricks,
It makes you
and
wanna, yeah, and this is why, like, I've always been such a stickler about, like, flying scenes in any movie is,
mhm,
like, you don't get that feeling that they're actually flying, but like you're saying, like, you feel the wind in his
yeah,
hair and stuff like that.
yeah,
When he, yeah, does that dive and then swoops up and there's a cloud of dust behind him.
yeah,
It's incredible.
it's cool.
It's like, yeah,
Number
it's
3. Number
yeah.
3 movie for Ed.
I knew this was gonna happen. I was afraid that, like, somebody was gonna rank Hook higher than me, and then I'm gonna just feel guilty about it the rest of the time.
I
Well, I
really
don't wanna
didn't
make you
mean
feel
to, yeah.
guilty, Ed. I
No, no,
don't
but
no one's
because, I don't want there to be any question about how much I love that movie.
We know, we know, we know.
No, I knew
But it's
I
exciting to find out what's gonna be your top 2. I swear to God. Oh my God. What's your top 2 movies, dude?
Okay. Alright, well, my number 2, this is,
Don't
like,
say it.
genuinely the most fun in theaters, Schindler's List. And I know that sounds like such a pretentious answer,
Are
but
you being
genuinely.
serious when you said the most fun in
No,
theaters? You're
no,
joking, right?
I was
Okay.
being,
All
I
right.
was joking about that,
Okay,
obviously.
okay.
It's not
Okay.
fun.
Obviously.
But no,
It's fucking
Miguel,
traumatic,
you
yeah.
might remember this, but I think you had the VHS tapes of these, of Schindler's List,
Possibly. Yeah,
and
yeah.
you let
Oh,
me
and I
bor
gave them to you.
yeah, you let me borrow it
Oh,
for the longest
yeah.
time. And there was a period where I watched that movie
A bunch.
repeatedly over the
Which is
course of a
very on
period of
brand
time.
for you.
Yeah. But Schindler's List, it's just there was something, it was like a whole other level of movie making that I had under never understood, I guess, until I saw it, and I was just, like, so
Yeah.
absorbed by everything about it. It just, like, it feels like, you're watching something that was captured
Yeah.
in that
In the
period of
moment.
in that
Yeah,
moment,
yes.
and
Ripped straight from the
yeah,
thing.
and
Yeah.
genuinely, it's a movie that I watched at least once a year or twice a year. Like, I think I've already watched it twice this year. Um, Obviously, I watched it leading up to this, but it's just like it literally is a perfect movie, but it's one that
That's your number
I
2.
puts my number 2.
No,
But
these top 3 for you must be tough because
it is.
perfect,
It
perfect, perfect.
was, but it is. It rocks me to my core every time. The performances, the cinematography, everything about it. It's just like it. It transports me. And no, it isn't as fun, but it is one of those movies that I do
It's one of the
revisit.
greatest. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It's one that I do revisit all the time, and it just
It scares me.
it is
It's
scary. It's one that I resisted. There was like a period where I was just like, oh, it's a black and white film, so therefore it must be old. But no, it came out a year after Hook. Um,
Fucking wow. Okay.
but it was just one of those realizations of just what you could do with film
Yeah.
and what you could do by making a film black and white, and like
Yeah.
you couldn't fathom watching Schindler's List in color or anything like that. But then how he uses color to
When it
highlight
does.
certain moments and
Yes,
like
yes.
the ending and stuff like that. Yeah, I mean, it's an astonishing film that and it's also very sobering. Like I watch it to remind myself
yes.
of just how, one, terrible people can be, how beautiful people can be, how powerful, you know, just human
This
connection can be. It's yeah, it's not it might it's it's not Hook, but it's just something so much
Different.
more,
I
and
know.
obviously very different. Yeah, it's just, but it's one that I'd be lying if I said I didn't watch it, but it is one of those movies that I watch all the fucking time, and I
You know,
feel like I learn something every time.
you've mentioned like movies you watched too soon. This was probably one of those that I watched a little too young. But it was, I remember that like the end of that movie, just sitting there as a young boy
Yeah,
being like, oh my God, like people went through this.
yeah.
And when you say like, when you talk about like, it feels like you were actually like in that moment.
Witnessing it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. That's what I felt in that moment. And so when I put it on number 10 on my list, it wasn't because that was the moment where I was like, I need to reframe this whole list because it's like Schindler's List is one of the best he's ever done.
Right.
But it's just like it's just not one that I can go back to often. And it was one of the first times I realized like movies can make you feel such a way that are so impactful, but if you go back, it's almost detrimental, you know? Uh,
Yes. Yeah,
not
I
that it's
mean, I could
bad,
see
but it's
that.
just
Yeah,
that
yeah.
it's just like, this shook me in such a way
Yeah.
that I cannot.
Well, for me, it's akin to watching movies like Saving Private Ryan.
Yes,
It's not by
yes.
any means a fun or easy watch. Like, yeah, because you're watching some of like the worst atrocities, but there is again there's like this. I don't know. I don't want to say romantic because obviously it's like a Holocaust film, but there is the way that he
He shoots it.
shoots it, and just like
Yeah, yeah.
the way that like you meet the characters, that opening scene about how you meet Oscar Schindler is
Yeah.
just like,
He's like
yeah,
the hot
he's
to
like the big
do
hot,
guy,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, and there are like moments of levity throughout it too, you know, and it's just so many great performances as well. But like I said, it feels like it's plucked from a moment of time, and like you're watching a documentary, but
That
in the best possible way. And I know, yeah. Again,
I'm
yeah,
just
I'm
I'm
like
sitting
now
here
I'm
thinking about
overwhelmed
it
with my
now.
guilt of Hook
Yeah.
too.
No, no,
But
no.
it
I
just
get it. I get
it
it.
like and you know, it's when you do put these lists together, like I'm definitely guilty of just like overthinking it, and it's like, well, everybody thinks this is the masterpiece, so therefore it must be higher on my list. But I just genuinely adore that film, and I couldn't shake it. I was just like it is that.
That there's that scene where they get into the
But Hook is
chambers
my
and
number one.
oh, we know. We know.
Yeah, we
I don't
know.
even wanna say it. I don't even wanna say it now. But they're just like so many scenes stuck out to me at such a young age, and just like realizing that people could do that to other people really shook me to my core, and it kind of like changed, I feel like, how I see the world. And
Yeah,
so I would have loved to put it as higher up, but I had to kind of rework how I looked at this list.
yeah.
But okay, Ed's number two, Schindler's List. Number ones.
Miguel, what's your number one?
Guys, you know what it is. It's fucking Jurassic Park. Like, get the fuck out of here.
My number one is also Jurassic Park.
It's Spielberg's best movie. Yeah, it's just so good. It is absolutely so good. Rewatchability. I've watched Jurassic Park 1,000 times. I love every beat of this movie. We talked so much about it, but I can't wait for my kid to watch it. Seeing it at the drive-in, going like there are moments where it's like I can't wait to watch this in the theaters again.
Yeah,
Give me an excuse to pay full price to see this in the theaters again. I will go. Jurassic Park is so good. The characters, the story, the structure, the pacing, the effects that still hold up to this day, 30 plus years later. The thrilling moments, just the way that you can feel like the rain on your skin in some scenes, the way that you can feel the jello shaking on the spoon.
yeah, yeah.
Jurassic Park, you guys, this movie is the number one. And maybe I would have put Jaws up here if I had seen it at a pivotal age. But my number one, Jurassic Park, and shout out Luis. Apparently, his is too.
Yep. that I mean, I that's the thing is like
Sorry.
any one of these top 4 or 5 is like I can't really fault it because Jurassic Park, I love fucking Jurassic Park, and I equally have watched it so many times. I don't cherish it as much as movies like Hook and Schindler's List,
That's
uh,
wild.
yeah, it's wild. But at the same time, I do cherish it very much so. Like I
Wait, is it
love it.
even on your top 10?
He
Yeah,
said it
yeah,
was 4.
is my number
4.
4.
Okay. That's right.
I want to give Luis a chance to talk about Jurassic Park for number 1
Oh,
if
you
he
did
wants
great.
to.
That's it.
He
Same
wants to
thing.
move on.
Did
Then what we really want to find out is everyone loves Jurassic Park. Ed, what could possibly be? And I want you to know that if you hadn't said earlier that, oh, well, Rin Tin Tin's kind of boring, I would have been like, well, of course, the
Rin
Adventures of
Tin
Rin Tin
Tin was
Tin
boring.
is about
Hook
to be.
is number 3, and then he doesn't like black and white films.
Yeah. This is not the Ed
but
Ball that we've
this
come
is
to
the
know.
work of Steven Spielberg. He has guided me my whole movie life
I tell
into
you,
realizing things I didn't realize. Like
Warhorse
if
is my
you're number
I
1,
hate Warhorse.
or
if your number
Lincoln.
1 is like disclosure day, I know that's what I'm worried about. Is it's Lincoln is number 1.
God no, fuck no.
Okay, well, oh God, no, fuck no. I mean, have you heard your list?
I do really enjoy Lincoln. I think it's a great film. But
all right, we won't guess
just
anymore. Ed,
okay,
spit it out.
All right. And like I said, I feel like anything now is
Spit
just
it
going to
out.
be underwhelming because it's not Hook. But it's Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Okay.
Okay, Ed. Thank God.
Okay.
A sigh of relief,
Yeah.
like a wave of has just
Can
come
you
over
imagine
all
if
of
it
us.
was Lincoln?
No,
Well, that's what I'm sitting
good.
here going, like, what is he about to say is
Yeah.
number 1? Oh,
No,
I love that choice.
Raiders
Ed, for you. Okay.
is it's just it's the adventure of it all, and it genuinely, again, another movie that I will watch anytime. Whereas like
It's so
Hook,
good.
I want to like lock in and share those moments with my family and stuff like that. Raiders is a movie I will throw on at any given time because it is so fucking entertaining from beginning to
You
end.
could watch it today. You could watch it tomorrow, the
it
day
holds
after.
up. Every action scene is so pitch perfect. It just like you wish action movies could be as just like simplistic, but also just like as brilliant as they are in that movie. It's like he's
I
operating
mentioned
at such a
recently
level.
where it's like summer movies, like you would get the one movie, you know? And that I can't imagine what it felt like to walk into the theaters that summer and being like, "Oh my God, I'm going to go see this
And
9
coming
times
out
this summer."
and coming out of the theater and humming like it's such a banger of the track, and it hits like every single time. Every time that kicks up, you're just like, fuck yes, I'm in it. Like,
yes,
we're all heroes. But like, yeah, it's just like it's just like everything about it I love, and it's also got like the best of the Indiana Jones girls. Like Marion Ravenwood is fucking awesome, just because their chemistry is so good, and she's actually a badass. And
she comes back later.
And she comes back later, you know, for better or worse, I don't know. But she's
there
in that movie. They're so great together, but also just it's just like it's so much fun. Do I get an emotional kick out of it like I do with Schindler's List and Hook? No. And to that point, Hook is my favorite.
I'm sitting here now looking back. I kind of understand your top 3 placement,
but like I wanted it.
But in the moment, that did not make sense.
I always like loved Hook, but I always wanted to be Indiana Jones. And I think there's that element to it too. And I mean, I wanted to be Peter Pan too, but I figured out I couldn't fly. But I could punch
how
Nazis.
did we learn that?
I could punch Nazis.
And you know what? Today's age, you could still do it.
Yeah, I mean,
put a hat on, babe.
Somebody might need to. Yeah, I've owned the hat on multiple occasions. I tried to make a whip out of my robe cord. You know, all of that shit. I've been him, multiple times, but like, he's Indiana Jones. How do you not have a Steven Spielberg list without Indiana Jones. And Luis,
Agreed.
I'm glad you gave a shout out to Last Crusade as well, because I was like, am I really gonna have all 3 of them in my top 10?
I had
mean,
it. I had
maybe.
all 3 until I kicked it
So did
up for
I.
one of the movies.
And
Yeah.
I talked, I took my way out of it. I cherished Temple a little bit more because it was the first one I ever saw of Indiana Jones. So yeah, I just huh?
I think Crusade was my first one.
But yeah, I mean,
So
and
funny enough,
that's the thing, is they're all bangers and they're so much fun.
They're all so good.
Yeah. But yeah, for me, Raiders
Guys.
just tops it.
Top 10 Spielbergs. It was not as bad as I thought it was going to be. Like, I legit thought this.
I love it when you're dreading it.
I thought this would suck. You know, I thought both of you would be like, Miguel, you know?
Yeah. No, if anything, I'm the one walking away feeling like I did something wrong.
Somehow,
And I'm gonna have
I
a good
agree.
cry about it in bed. But
What
yeah,
a podcast. What an episode, you guys.
go
Take us
see
home,
Disclosure
Miguel.
Day.
They got, yeah, Disclosure Day in theaters still now. What an episode. You guys, thanks for coming in. Punch Drunk Nerd, the podcast where 3 friends, 3 Bambinos come together and cry.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys.
You guys know who it is. It's
Luigi.
and Miggy Smalls.
And Eddie B.
And until next time, you know. What's like a Spielberg saying?
That's what I was just trying to think.
Like what's his thing? He's like, Avatar sucks. You're like, okay.
Never tell me the odd. No, that's Star Wars.
It's not the mileage, kid. It's not the fuck. I botched it.
We saw these movies, I swear.
Yeah,
Hey, you know what?
I
Until next time.
I could have saved more.